think that got us past the ad scroll? I'm sure hoping so. Hey there, friendlies. How's up? Welcome to the latest episode of my spectacular live stream extravaganza. I hope the mic is working fine. I hope everyone is feeling terrific. Put on my cans so that I feel all radio-licious. Let me get these off since I can't see anything close up with them. Where are my new glasses? They should have been here by now. Whatevs. So yes, welcome to the live stream where we discuss beer, we discuss blades, and we discuss bushcraft. And today, what I want to talk about is outdoors purchases that you kind of thought, I could have gone better on that. Tonight's subject was suggested by, I believe, Pam. Tea's a good drink. And it's a good suggestion. I believe it was Pam. Pam, if you're here and it was you, raise your hand. If it wasn't you, say, or me. And in that case, whoever's idea it was, please let us all know. Grab the glory to which you're entitled. Now, and in the name of the usual housekeeping, if at any point tonight you really love what's happening, then I invite you to hit that thumbs up. If at any point tonight you kind of hate what's going on, that's okay. The thumbs down, the frowny thumb works just as well. And if you'd like to take a more active role in ensuring that the lights stay on around here, as several in the side chat already have, then I invite you to investigate the join button wherever they've got it now. You click on that and you will see the 2 tiers that are available to you for your hard-earned folding money and what each of those tiers gets you. One thing that's not in any of those tiers is that I took a page out of Russell's book this week and did a live stream while I was editing a video for the other channel. Because as I'm finally a member of Russell's channel over at Raspberry Rock, I finally got to see one of those live streams, and I thought it was a really cool look into how he does his process. And so I figured I would offer the same to those who are interested. I'm going to say hi to those who are here, and then we're going to start on the discussion for tonight. Oh, let's pour a beer. So tonight I'm having another Waterloo Dark because I love it, and I bought it in Ontario. And I'm going to have to get my fool self to, I don't know, Hawkesbury or something to buy some more of that. I do love this Waterloo Dark, as those of you who've been watching me for a while know. Shall we pour it well? Shall we not wreck the pour? Am I wrecking the pour? No, not too bad, not too bad. If I do wreck the pour, we'll know that it's because Serge is hanging around here somewhere in spirit, if not in fact. It's starting to look like I'm ruining the pour. Let's just keep going and see how it goes, how it progresses. Yeah, that's way too heady. It's not that bad, actually. I'm fixing it as I go. It's not that bad. Now, because you guys have seen me drink this before, I don't feel the need to give you tasting notes. Besides, as you well know, these days I'll just say, oh, it tastes like beef flat. I'll put that down for now. Take another sip of tea. Is Al with us tonight? Because if he's with us, then I'll open that a little later. So, let me scroll back and see who's with us. SV, Raven, Jim will be here a little later. All right, that's fine. Excuse me, says I should take no prisoners. I never do. Grace, how's it going? Nice to see you. David in the house. David is not only a channel member, so a personal hero of mine, he is also a mod here. So if you say anything untoward, he's going to drop the hammer on you on my behalf. We got Russell from Raspberry Rock here. What a fine night for a live stream. I agree. I think Tuesday night is an ideal night for. It's not quite as good as Friday, but you know. Thank you, Russell. That's terrific. Canadian says, any fool can criticize, condemn, and complain, and most do. That is an excellent quote. Absolutely. There's, oh, that's me. Hey, Kristen's here saying hi to everyone. Kristen, by the way, is also a channel member, ergo a personal hero. Yeah, David is hoping that Excuse Me doesn't accidentally get booted. Okay, fair enough. Campbell, off-grid in the house, also a channel member. Say it with me, people. Personal hero. Excuse Me says, my camping trips have been so random. It's not the equipment that failed, it's the fact that I failed to bring it. Oh, yeah, okay. That can be, yeah. I forget something every time I go to the woods. I absolutely understand what you're saying there. Country boy trapped in the city in the house. How's it going, country boy? My anal retentiveness and OCD don't allow me to buy anything that I haven't researched and questioned for months. I regret nothing. Fair enough. When I'm making a big ticket purchase, it takes me forever to finish my research and to buy it as well. I understand that massively. I have still managed to make some very expensive mistakes, and that's just because I read a lot, but I'm not usually buying something that you can pick up at Mountain Equipment Company or someplace, or at Atmosphere or a sale or something. So I don't get the opportunity to hold it in my hand and play with it, right? I'm doing all my research online. It's not the same as holding it in your hand and playing with it. So I've still been bit by that, Um, I was just saying hi. There's Linda from Lipstick Lodge. Nice to see ya. Everyone's just saying hi and more hi. Shots every time Jess says, tea's a good drink. When I'm playing with my band, we do 500 miles by the Proclaimers, because you kind of have to. And that sort of that bridge part, we've changed that to shot of vodka. So like shot of vodka, with the option being, with the object being that everyone in the crowd has to take a shot of vodka or sing along with us. And I think that shot of vodka just sounds better than da 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 or na 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 or whatever those fools wrote. Those fools who wrote the song just didn't do it right. We just got everyone saying hi. Kristen, did I say hi to you? Hi, Christy. Christy's a channel member. Personal hero. Campbell likes my cans. I like them too. Good sound. Sennheiser can't be beat. Well, in my opinion, I have them for music production, but I haven't made an album since 2010. So, whatevs. You'd like to see some throat singing along with the drumming? Okay, I'll find a throat singer. Everyone's taking shots. Pam, oh yeah, so I'm sure it was you who suggested. Hey, there's Ian. How's it going, Mr. Weblord, Mr. Channel Member, Mr. Hero? Hey, Cliff's here. How's it going? How's it going, Foxy? Canadian says he doesn't really regret buying any gear, but he regrets. Oh my land! I'm just gonna start that whole sentence again, okay? And take two. I don't regret really buying of gear, but I regret forgetting it behind. Absolutely. I think I mentioned earlier that I have the same problem. Why not, Pam? It was a good suggestion. I'll take a suggestion from a channel member. Yeah, I'll take a good suggestion. I mean, because so often I forget what I was planning to do by the time I run down here and set up anyway. That, I'm just trying to catch up. I'm already late on the side chat here. It's crazy. David's having a shot of tea. That's fine. Shall we take a little sip of the beer? Who is having a brewski tonight? I'm pretty sure Russell. I don't see Al here. Maybe I should have brought a a different whiskey over. I finished that one. I may have a problem here, people. Yeah, rodents are a thing with camping gear. You're absolutely right. Yep. Absolutely. Especially squirrels. Freaking squirrels. Nice to see David's he's got the hammer ready. Oh, Al is here. Okay. So I'm going to pour one a little later for the 10 o'clock switch. We got Whiskey Harbor. How's it going? Whiskey Harbor. By the way, Al is a channel member. So as I always say, personal hero of mine. Oh, okay. Campbell says, just I regret buying the Flint and Striker. I never got the damn thing to work. Gas works best. I love Flint and Steel. That's my favorite. It did take a while for me to sort of, it's funny because the first video I did for this channel is actually, I believe, still on the website at Canadian Outdoor Equipment Company for the kit that I had bought. And the first time I ever struck it, I got an ember like immediately. I was like, wow, this is easy. No, that was beginner luck. I have spent many a time since, well, recently after that, I spent many a time trying to get that thing to work. Now I'm pretty good with it. Hi, Skip. Longest quest in the house. How's it going? I'm just taking a look. Shots. Oh, why? Because I said tea's a good drink. Don't hate me because I'm beautiful. No, dad joke, eh? That was awful. That's not a bad idea. Short sale on vodka shots, yeah. That'd be amazing. Hey, there's Marcus. How's it going, Marcus? I love it. Russell's blowing it. He's totally blowing it. There we go. I knew you could get it out. You should arrange with the bar to have a short sale on vodka shots while the song plays. Yeah. Absolutely. Oh, Rebel Within. I regret buying too much gear. Now that is a problem that a lot of people in our sort of niche have. Absolutely. David is doing the God's work here, the God's collective work, reminding everyone to hit that thumbs up. That would be nice. It would make me feel, I get all of my my self-value comes from the thumbs ups. I judge myself based on the thumbs ups. So if I'm not getting a lot of thumbs ups, I have a problem. Lord Vader in the house. What a night. Everyone's saying hi to Lord Vader. Yeah, flint and steel, ferro rod, or whatever is a technique you have to practice. Absolutely. You definitely have to. I find that ferro rod tends to be a lot easier than flint and steel, but Camille uses flint. What? Camille uses flint and steel. I'm going to stir this one more time, and I'm going to get through it. I'm going to get it out, and it's going to be good. Camille uses the ferro rod whenever we're starting a fire, but she has not yet gotten the, sort of the angle or whatever it is for flint and steel. Another nice thing about a ferro rod is if you got it looped onto your belt or something, you're not going to lose it. Flint and steel, man, you can lose that. You drop your bag or something, it can roll out, whatever. Like if you have your ferro rod on a whatever, a lanyard or something attached to you somewhere when you're out in the woods, that's the best way to do it. Peanut Trucker, how's it going, Mr. Trucker? Just taking a look here, a little look-see. Man, okay. I want to catch up so that I can start talking about the stuff I regret buying. Aw, thanks, buddy. So, I put a link in the show notes below to, I think, minute 7:13 of a video where I was out camping with Camille, and we were using probably one of my two top camping gear regrets. And that, I've already taken it out of the carry bag, is this thing. This is the the hell's it called? Well, what you're seeing right now is like a big cup, a big I think it's a 2 liter pot, okay, with a cover. See, I mean, it's a very nice design, absolutely. Now, here's a little LED light that comes with it. Very nice nesting design. It's terrific. It's fabulous. Little plastic bowl. And then, are you ready for this glorious thing? Here we go. What the hell's this thing called? Solo stove? No, it's not the Solo stove. There's a USB cable. Biolite stove. It's a Biolite. Okay. So here's what goes on. All right. There's your fire chamber. All right. You got 3 little footsies, little foots. Okay, so you put your wood in there, your combustibles in there. But first you have to put the stove together. And that's where this, whoops, let's not drop the thing for land's sakes. This battery pack and LEDs, and it's got a little plug for your phone, right? And a little power button so you can, I mean, it's not going to work right now because it's not charged. Here you go. So the way you put it together, I'm getting ahead of myself. Damn it, Jesse. So this foot has a little notch in it, okay? So the way you put it together is you put that in there. No. You put this guy in here. All right? See from the side. Boo! And then you put this, you seat that in there, and then when you open this up, locks it in place. All right? What's the use of all this stupidness? Well, I'm going to tell you. It's a Stirling engine, essentially. Okay, so the heat in here and the cold over here creates power. Juices up this battery so you can charge up your blah, 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 or plug in this little LED light, right? And it works as a fan, okay? So it blows right in here, into here. So the idea being efficient combustion, smoke-free. The link to the video below, which you can right-click on and open in a new tab for later, shows you that if you don't read instructions the way some people, you know, watch their favorite show, by which I mean, this is hard to get working properly. Fine. I mean, in my day job, I whatever. But my biggest problem with this, aside from the cost, because it's not cheap, is this to me is a solution in search of a problem. Okay, what's this for? Car camping? Who cares? You can have a Coleman stove. You can bring a battery pack. Hiking? There's no way. There's no way. Like through hikers and stuff like that, these guys are weight weenies, right? They want the smallest stove possible. They're gonna buy foldable little, firebox or something. Mountain biker? No. Canoe camper? Maybe, right? Because you can just throw everything into the canoe. But do you want... This is not a waterproof battery. You know what I'm saying? When you light your stuff, whatever, this seats on it completely, right? You see, it's designed... I don't want to drop this on my... It's designed for like wicked airflow, okay? So that this heats up real good and fast. The engineering is not the problem here, aside from the fact that you got to be real specific if you want this to work without the smoke everywhere. The engineering is not the problem. It's the point that's the problem. As in, what is the... I have no idea. And so you've got these 3 LEDs. It looks beautiful, and I love the color. I love orange on my outdoor stuff because I drop crap in tall grass all the time. Right, so you got one that shows you your battery level, one that shows you I think the fan speed, and I believe this one is showing you that it's charging or something. I don't remember because I don't use this thing. I think it looks terrific, but that was a lot of money for, you know, Camille and I, we don't enjoy using it, and now that's partly because we didn't know how it worked. And then once you've combusted, you made your stuff, you have to wait for it to cool off, so that you can dump out the ashes. Otherwise, grab, ow. And like I've sort of spoken about this with you guys before, and this is where Pine Martin called me a romantic. I don't see the need for technology in the woods. I mean, I see the need for technology in that, like, even an axe is technology. It's more primitive, but it's still technically technology. And I want to have my cell phone so that I can, have my phone. I want to have my camera with me so I can shoot vids. I want to have, I want to have a GPS device with me, or maybe a satellite phone or something, so that I can technology brings us safety in the woods, right? It brings us, honey, I'm stuck, here are my 3 words, get me help, right? It can be really good to have an iPad along just in case your kid gets like insufferably bored. You can just say, okay, plug in for an hour and leave me alone. But I don't see for me, the fire lay and stuff like that, there's no need to over engineer that. No matter how sexy it looks, I mean, it's a very nice looking package. Well thought out, absolutely well thought out. I'm not in any way dissing the engineering or the design. Or the design philosophy. I'm dissing the customer facing aspect of this. This is almost something that I would just keep in my backyard. This is something I will likely keep in my backyard, actually. I'm not going to keep, because this shows up in a bunch of my videos from like 4 years ago. Camille and I were trying to figure out when it's a good buy. But if you're throwing what ends up being like a couple or a few $100 at something, you don't want it to be an expensive mistake, and I consider that to be an expensive mistake. Before I go to the next thing, I just wanted to see what people have been saying, see if anyone else has popped in to hang with us. Oof, wow. I'm hold on. I'm sliding back over the side chat so I can catch up with what people are saying. I'm just gonna. Marcus is saying, why would you carry flint and steel when the engineers invented the thing called a lighter? Well, first of all, because it's magic, whereas a lighter is suburban. I think because I want to backtrack on that bitchy little comment I just said. I do have a lighter for if the shift hits the fan. Like I want to have a backup just in case. Like if I injure my fingers, right? Like if I injure these fingers, then you can still sort of hold a lighter and do this to light it. If you injure these fingers, forget the plint, the plint and steel, the plint. It's been a rough week, guys. It really has. I'm just trying to get through it. But yeah. Gonna buy another ferro rod and striker. Wore the old one out. Early in my channel's history, like maybe video 6 or 8 or something, I did a video where I just couldn't get the ferro rod to light. I was great at that point with homemade or man-made tinders and stuff. But like if I collected a bunch of natural stuff, it just wasn't working. And I did a video. I said, like, this isn't working. I need help, guys. And I got some really good suggestions. I should have probably found that video and posted that down below in the show notes as well, but I didn't think of it. Shawnee says a purchase she regrets was that tripod chain hanging grill over the fire rack. I'd rather use on the ground stable grilling rack to hold my pans and pitcher. I have a cast iron or wrought iron or something tripod that has like a hook that hangs down, and I love the concept. But if you go camping at a SIPAC or at like a Parks Canada place, they all seem to have these like fire rings that are metal rings that stick up, and it doesn't go over those. So, and it's too heavy for me to pack into the woods. I should have brought that over to show it off, but yeah. So that was like that ended up being about $100 after shipping and exchange and everything. And I can't use it when I'm camping, like when I'm camping with the family, because it doesn't go over these things that stand up with racks on top. Damn it. Should have brought that over. Looks great. Like if I was a reenactor and I wanted to reenact like a 18th century outdoor kitchen, perfect. Because that's really what those things are designed for, but ain't gonna work for me bushing the craft. Oh, you have one of those Biolite boilers? So what do you think, Pam? I mean, do you enjoy it? Is it better in your context than in mine? Is it the kind of thing that you should probably have for like maybe a homestead setup or an off-grid setup? Because another thing I forgot to mention is you got to burn a lot if you want to charge up that whole battery. Like the secret of that battery is you can plug it in at home to charge it up. So you're kind of using it as just a straight up power bank, but it just happens to have a fan and cyclonic effect on your stove. Oh, whatever. But yeah, do you like yours? Kristen, you regret buying your Camp Chef oven / 2-top burner stove. I do not know what a Camp Chef is. Excuse me while I look away from the screen for a second. Camp Chef. Camp Chef homepage. Shop. You know what? I'm going to share the screen so that we can all explore this together, okay? Except I've lost my StreamYard page. Okay. Present. Share screen. Brave tab. Camp Chef home page. All right. So, here we are. Stoves and ovens? Is that what your camp stoves? Which one is it, Kristen? Oven, 2-top burner stove. Okay. So that's an outdoor oven? I tell you something. I would love a pizza oven. Okay. Outdoor ovens. Oh, I see. So how do these work? Are they gas or do you put them over a campfire? They must be gas. It's got to be like a propane burner. Oh yeah, yeah. So you don't like that? Because car camping with the family, that looks amazing. What's wrong with it? Aside from the fact that it's big. I mean, you gotta be that would take up a lot of room, but it looks nicely engineered. But like super context specific, right? I'm car camping with the family at a SIPAC or something. Maybe it would be cool. But the thing is, what we usually rent. How come it says outdoor camp oven and then it says outdoor oven, but nothing's clickable? So that's $329 US. Yeah, so that's gonna be like a $500 Yuga in Canadian. I'm gonna stop sharing that screen. So yeah, it looks really cool, but I can see you being like, "Wow, what this thing is cool," but what do we do with it? So yeah, I could see that. Here's the thing. For the oven aspect, what I want... Oh, I'm going to get this one day. I want a Dutch oven with the flat top, like the ridged top. You know, the top where it's sort of flat around the edges. I'm trying not to bop my my microphone here, but like instead of the domed Dutch oven, which is terrific for kitchen use, blah blah blah, the one that's a flat top and sort of divots in a little bit before the handle so that you can put coals on top of it, but not one with feet. I don't want no feet. Feet? Embarrassing myself. I don't want one with feet on it though. I don't think you need the feet, and I'd be afraid of the feet getting knocked off in transit or something. But like a flat topped or that like very slightly concave topped one, so you can throw coals on, because then they're heavy. Okay, this isn't the kind of thing you're gonna pack out if you're like hiking into the back 40 or anything. But if you're car camping or canoe camping, right? So you've actually got some space to throw stuff into the middle of a boat or the back of a car or something. Absolutely. Say, Christy, I'd love to know what you didn't like about it. Jerry says, another item I never regret buying is a cordless fan for when I share a tent with a lactose intolerant friend. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that's the thing. It's way too techy. It's way too like, I I often, and I believe I did just call it a solution in search of a problem. How's my sound, by the way? I'm trying to keep my wires from crossing here, and looks pretty good, but let me know if I'm like. David Evans bought one of those steel fire pits. What a waste of money. Fair enough. Fair enough. Was it like one of the expensive ones? Would you even need a steel fire pit where you live? I mean, you've got a lot of, you got a lot of space. You can just have a. In fact, I think you do have just a fire ring or something, don't you? Or am I misremembering that? Is misremembering a word? Moving right along. Marcus says, "Don't you mean you regret bringing the friend camping?" Another vote for the cordless drill. Cordless fan. Vicks Vapor Rub helps. Fair enough. Cabell says, we bought a Coleman road trip portable barbecue. It never worked properly. One night I opened the lid to find a skunk inside it. Wow. Did you close the lid like fast, or did you throw it as far as you could? I don't know which one's the Coleman road trip. I have a very classic 2-burner Coleman stove. What I like about it is it's probably virtually identical to the one we had when I was younger. I really like my camping stuff to be familiar on that kind of level. Carol, how's it going? Carol, nice to see you. Lipstick Lodge says, Linda says, I hate my camp cot. I fight with it just to set it up. I'm so tired after fighting with it that I just want to lay down on it. Well, if you get a good night's sleep because you're exhausted, then at least you got a good night's sleep, right? And in fact, that reminds me of my next regrettable purchase. Just give me a second to put my sock on. Ugh. In this very bushcrafty bag is my Hennessy hammock. I'm not ready to say that I regret the Hennessy hammock. I need to spend more time with it because I've only used it so far for one camping weekend. And I should have really set it up and played with it and slept in it at least once before hitting the woods with it. So, it's not a regret yet. I'm going to give it another couple of campouts and then I'll decide or not. Especially because I've got a really shift hot tent. I've got a great little tent. But one thing I do not like is the sleeping pad that goes inside it. This thing crinkles, moves around, just absolute garbage, just terrible. Made me angry. So I asked around a lot, and when I was playing a house concert last time my band did a tour in Alberta, I got this suggested. So I done bought it, and I'm gonna try this, and this apparently fits in that hammock. So that's what I'm gonna try next time. Because that's this stupid tinfoil thing. Forget about it. No way. It's garbage. Garbage is not the word I was about to use, but it's a family show. It's not a family show. We're drinking beer here. But, you know, I like to keep it classy. Canadian got a new cot and he loves it. Yes, I think you sent me pictures. See, I don't have a camp cot. Like, I feel that for a cot, you need to be on kind of a level surface. Or am I just... Do I have, like, the wrong impression of that? Or what? If you're sleeping in a SIPAC or Parks Canada or an Ontario provincial park, well, whatever the other provinces call their provincial parks, then you've got a pretty flat surface for your tent, for sure. So in that kind of context, okay. But if I'm like on a lake somewhere where, you know, instead of a flush toilet within a kilometer, it's a thunderbox, chances are I don't have a tent pad, right? I'm simplifying that too much, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, we're at 9:40. Al, I'm going to pour this so that it's ready to go at 10 o'clock. Who else is opening a blue? Sound off. Al, I'm going to have to go shopping pretty soon. Just a wee dram. A little bit of dramage. I don't know if you guys are hearing a lot of action upstairs. Family's home, doing the family stuff. My youngest daughter is homesick from school daycare this week. So we're not in any hurry. They're probably not in any hurry to get her to... No, she's probably in bed by now. That's the other daughter who should be in bed because she's got school. But I'm doing this with you guys, so I'm not going to pay any attention up there. No way. Sniffy sniff. Drinky drink. Marcus says, any hammock I bought for camping has been a waste of money. On another note, anyone want to buy a hammock? You know, it's funny. I wish you'd asked that question while I was a little more flush, because I was kind of thinking of getting one for Camille so we could try hammock camping together. Mine is a Hennessy asymmetrical zip expedition. What's cool about that is you sleep sort of... I'm looking for the word... Not catacorner. You sleep slightly across it, like on an angle. You sleep diagonally. That's the word I was looking for. And so you don't, right? It keeps you much, much flatter, just the way they've designed it. It's a really cool system. It really is. I'm very impressed with the engineering behind it. But yeah. So, Marcus, what hammock did you buy? What was it? Because, if you're serious, maybe ping me later. We'll see if I can work with that. Jerry says, buy a cot with the most points of contact on the ground as possible, like 8 feet or kind of thing, like one of those that sort of opens up with the. It's so constricting trying to, because as a French Canadian, I talk with my hands all the time. Okay, but you know those ones that sort of accordion out, and it's like these. I feel so ridiculous. You know what? Do I have a pen here? I don't have a pen here. What the hell, Jess? It's okay. Just breaking some stuff. Hold on here, peeps. I'm just drawing what I mean. Right? Go on, fool. Right? You sort of, and then you fold it up, and they all sort of. I don't remember. I don't know what that's called. I don't know what that's called. We have like an awning that does that, right? You know, like 4 feet, and you pull it, and I'm just gonna move on. Never mind. I think I understand what you're saying, Jerry. I think, whatever. That's always pretty cool. I have one. I have the grill too. Are you talking about the Biolite, or are you talking about the thing that Kristen Shawnee showed? Kristen. I don't remember what the capacity of the battery is, but I am of the belief that the Stirling engine aspect for charging up the battery is pure ass gadget value. That the Stirling engine is more to run the fan to get the smokeless fire going, which hasn't worked for me yet, and that the battery pack aspect is maybe not an afterthought, but you got to plug it in at home, because otherwise you got to burn long and hard. You got to burn long to get it to charge up, in my experience. Like, in the time it took to burn up the wood, get it good and hot to make soup, we made ramen on it. We were not even like a third of the way up. So, but I don't remember what the capacity is. And again, maybe we just weren't using it right. Engineer for the moon. Oh man, I'm way behind. I just realized that. Yeah, Jerry's talking about that stove. Pam says you have to burn a lot of sticks if you think you'll be charging your phone. Yeah, the pot and lid that comes with it is a bit difficult to open. I had a bad burn from mine. Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, opening this. In one of our videos, Camille and I are trying to open this, or we're trying to close it. It's like, oh, come on, man. Absolutely. Oh, a double kayak is a regret? That's interesting. We almost bought some kayaks last year, or my wife almost bought me a couple of kayaks. I think a single and a double. I took Camille in a double kayak when she was a lot younger once. Am I remembering that right? No, I was going to take her in a double kayak, and we took something else instead. But okay, that's good to know. What was the regret about that, David? Sean in Alaska in the house. How's it going, Sean? Russell, I'll let you pop in whenever you want. Don't have that bad purchase for the outdoors that you can think of. I don't buy gadgets and gimmicks. Maybe that's why. That sounds like a solid plan, Sean. Absolutely. Everyone saying hi. I am really behind on the chat, eh, Russell?
I was gonna say I was waiting for you to catch up in chat, but you're like 23 minutes behind or something.
Crumbs. I used to tent a lot until one day I woke up. Literally, some dude pulled up beside the campground in a fully loaded RV with bacon. I don't like the RV movement at all. Where they really come in handy, though, is when we play the festival in the mountains. A lot of the bands who are like local in Alberta, they pull up in them. What's going on with your camera there, Russell?
I'm using my GoPro on a clamp here, and I haven't found the perfect place for it. That was crooked. I've got this thing. It's like
I'm just gonna skip down. Chicken. Yuck. Oh, hi, Beto. How's it going? I'm gonna skip down. I just want to make sure I'm not gonna miss anyone who's popping in. Popping in, popping off. Linda sold her tandem kayak. Okay, good to know. David's referencing he's bought a few late night knives, but no regrets. Hike with Mike in the house. How's it going, Mike? Mike, do you have any outdoors purchases that you regret? I would love to know.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've regretted a few late night knife purchases, but that'd be lying.
Yeah. Uh, Grace says, I bought a 55-liter dry bag. Why did you buy it? Why'd you buy one that's so huge? I mean, you're directly referencing the only case in which I could see buying a 55-liter one.
Well,
Wow.
that's a perfect example. I would buy something like that thinking that's really cool. I'll totally use this sometime.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard, Jess. It's hard to be hypocritical because we bought knives and I have knives that I'll never use. I'm sure.
I don't think I have any knives that I'll never use, but I would like to reference my number 4 again for the. I mean, you've heard me say this. In fact, most of the
I
people
have.
here have heard me say this. My only regret from this is that I wish it was the flat ground because this would be an ideal food prep knife, like camp cleaver kind of thing. It's got the
Mhm.
weight, it's got the ergonomics. It's such a good design, Russell. I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but such a good.
It's a good knife.
Hey, but if I got the flat ground, maybe it wouldn't have the same weight.
I don't know.
I may just have to buy one late at night one night to see.
I'll get my credit card. Woo!
If I'm going to be buying any more knives, I really want it to be a Nesmic, probably the Enzo, or what's the other name for that
Right here.
company? Whatever, because they got a nice curly birch handle. They sell them at Bushcraft Canada. I've looked at it many times, but I've not made a drunken knife purchase in a while. Kristen, by the way, said that the reason they don't like the oven is that it doesn't work well. It's hard to regulate. Now, Russell, you've got a little Coleman fire top oven, right, on top of your wood stove?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's
And that one works
collapsible.
well, right?
Well, I don't actually use it for its intended purposes. It was meant to be put on a Coleman stove, like
Mm-hmm.
open flame kind of thing,
Right.
which it's probably great for. But I stick it on top of the wood stove. It's not great for many things,
Mm,
really.
okay.
But as I said, I don't use it for its intended purposes.
Right. David, they bought one of those electric coolers once, but never used it because they could never take it anywhere far from home. The damn extension was too short. Okay. Yeah, again, for a cooler, I just like to throw ice in the bottom of a cooler, you know? Um, huh.
There's so many things out there that sound really cool.
Well, that's the thing, you know? Hike with Mike says, one of my best outdoor stoves is one I made with 2 empty coffee cans. Great stick fire stove. Yeah, that's a true hobo stove. I'm trying to catch up here. Okay, apparently my sound is good. Nice. Good to know. I see that Russell is being a brat.
You well, a long way, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just.
Well, you were talking about these products. I've got something to show later when you get caught up, maybe.
All right, I'm gonna really rock it down. Then I just want to say hi. Homie is in the house. I want to just make sure I catch every. I gotta see this. Pam says Biolite comes with an LED light. It's gonna be dark by the time you burn enough sticks to heat your dinner.
I was gonna say, that when you were talking about that and you're saying it's no good for all these various things, like, even canoe, because you said, well, maybe canoe camping or whatever, and I
Yeah.
thought, well, you probably have to burn wood all day long just to charge up the battery, right? You can't do that. You got to move.
No, yeah, you gotta move. You can't just, yeah. Yeah, I don't. That's the thing that bugs me most about the stove, though, right? Is that I don't know why
Yeah.
it exists. And if you don't know why, like if you have a Yuga of some sort, a tool, a stove, something designed for being in the outdoors, and you don't know what it was designed for, that's a design philosophy,
Philosophy.
philosophy. That's a English and French are the same language with 2 completely different accents. Okay, it's a design philosophy fail, right? It's like that Russell, that whole thing of like, what's your elevator pitch, right? You go to film school or writing or anything. What's your elevator pitch? They didn't
Yep.
have to do an elevator pitch for this,
Yeah.
you know.
Just the title. It's just the title. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's on the headline and said, "Yep."
Uh huh. It's not. Hey, she's a blue in the house. How's it going? Oh, look who's here, Dennis. Yeah, and you're right, because Dennis told me even before I bought that sleeping pad that I wasn't going to like it because he bought one and sent it back. But I was sort of under the gun because I knew I needed something under me while I was sleeping in the hammock. But I didn't have time, or let's face it, money, to go looking for things like the thermarest that I ended up buying anyway. Um, where are we? Oh my god, where the heck is we? Yeah, a cot would not fit too well in a hammock. That's interesting. Oh, one thing I was thinking about maybe getting for like maybe later fall camping is they make like under quilts for these Hennessy's. Like Hennessy makes one, but like other places make them as well. If any of you guys are big hammock campers, let me know if you have those. Um, excuse me, it says I should take a cheese break. I'm not taking a cheese break.
Not
I
yet.
really wish you hadn't mentioned cheese, dude.
I'm gonna show that cheese video
Yeah.
while you go for cheese.
Russell, when I camp, I sleep upstairs in my bed. Oh, Campbell's opening a Dalmore Cigar Malt Reserve. Fair enough.
Does it
Fair
taste like
enough.
cigars?
No, there's this whole line of this whole. It's fairly recent in whiskeys that their whiskey's designed for drinking with a cigar. Like I don't like anything messing with the taste of the whiskey, so I don't go, and I don't smoke anything anyway. Um, but there are quite a few cigar malts out there now. Um, Dalmore's master blender is this guy Jim Patterson. Patterson. He's the one who's like, you know, his whole thing is that when you do your nosing, your tasting, it's a three step thing. It's like, hello, how are you doing? Fine, thank you. And then you take a sip and you swirl it around and then you swallow it, and it's very very theatrical.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if anyone in the whiskey industry likes him. Uh, but the Dalmore does very well on sales. It's a big brand for a reason, absolutely for a reason. A lot of people love it. It's a very recognizable bottle as well. Their designers are brilliant. It's got like this stag's head on it, but like applique onto it, like stuck on. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Campbell, I hope you're enjoying that beverage. David is having no dram tonight. What? Russell, apparently you built a cabin so you could camp more properly.
Yeah.
Hike with Mike says spring break in Florida. Up here we had break second week of March, I think, or the third week. The English schools had it the week after the French schools. Al's going with the king this evening. I do not have the king. Not going to buy the king because I can get two terrific whiskeys for that price. So if I can get two terrific whiskeys instead of one terrific whiskey, I could probably get three or four terrific whiskeys for that price. Interesting. Dennis says his Hennessy, and I believe, Dennis, that you have the same Hennessy as I do, right? The Expedition Asymmetrical Zip. Your favorite piece of gear. I think your taste in gear is good, so I feel that once I slept in it a few more times, I'm probably going to start to like it. Hey, look who's here. Honey Bee in the house. Oh, but
I
he's
was
not
gonna
here for
say
long.
that's. I was gonna say that's Dennis, the influencer, right? You've
Yeah,
watched Dennis. You now trust him and his opinion. Dennis says, "I like this.
yeah,
We like it too."
yeah. I love this comment. Rebel with an O. The Biolite people are aiming for the futuristic bong. I'm just going to skip down to the bottom because I'm not going to catch up. I feel that I'm not going to catch up. So if anyone has
Just
seen
just skim
said,
for new names.
yeah, that's what I'm doing. Like Destiny's here. How's it going?
And
Nice
Sean
to
in
see you.
Alaska was there. Did you say hi to Sean?
I said hi to Sean.
Okay.
Am I caught up with? Oh, and there's Ron. Ron and Kelly. How's it going,
Kelly.
Ron and Kelly? Welcome to the side chat. Welcome to the live stream.
Okay, so don't like back up. Like, yeah, that's probably a good spot actually.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I can go back and look for comments that are important.
Fair. Best ounce for ounce, I think, is the insulated Superior Gear hammock. I do not know that, but I will note it and take a look at it later. Shawnee regrets buying a picnic basket to take camping. I now use a Rubbermaid tote, more sturdy, tolerable in the outdoors, and doubles as a table. Yeah.
Huh.
That makes sense.
You know what? You didn't actually miss much.
That's good. Excuse me, is having chili. You can't go wrong with chili. Camper69, how's it going? Good evening. Honeybee is currently debating Aberlour 12 or Abuna. I finally bought an Abuna yesterday after wanting one for years. It's finally back in Quebec.
What?
Okay, so Aberlour is a distillery. Well, it's based in the town of Aberlour. The 12 is a 12-year-old. It's a 40%. Some really nice flavors, but kind of lax. The Abuna is their cask strength. It's I think 60%, or the bottle's over there somewhere. Honeybee, if you got yours next to you, what's the ABV on the Abuna?
I was just looking for it's a whiskey. You know.
It's a fine single malt Scotch whiskey, and
All right.
Aberlour is very very sherried.
I mean, it could have been 2 tenths you were talking about. I don't know.
Oh, sorry. Hold on, I'm skipping down. Okay, I'm at the big blah blah blah. 61.4. Yes, that's what I was looking for. Yeah. I don't know if it's batched or not, but anyways, all right, I've caught up. So,
Yay!
What are we supposed to do once I'm caught up? Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have any? Oh yeah.
Have a shot. Oh yeah, this one.
So,
continue.
This is a regret. It's not my biggest regret, but it's pretty substantial, and it's for a reason. It's for reasons. Let me just pop this baby open like a pop can. Try not to cut myself because I do keep my axes fairly sharp. Now, why is this a regret? I mean, what the hell is wrong with a, double bit cruiser? Nothing. But this cost me a mint. I put a bid on this. Someone on Instagram, like someone I sort of quasi knew who restores axes, was auctioning it off. And he said, "Hey, I'm auctioning this. You want to drop a bid on it to help sort of get the prices going up?" So yeah, I saw whatever was the previous bid and I beat it by $20 or something, and then no one else bid, and so I ended up spending like 200 odd bucks on this plus shipping, and it was in the States. So why did I spend that much? Well, because this is a Norland. And if you know axes, you know that Norlands are very, very desirable, and people spend big honking money on Norlands. And I had wanted a small double bit cruiser. This is the second small double bit cruiser I bought. The previous one I sold, and I had wanted a Norland, but I don't like the way this one's ground. I don't personally like the way it's ground, and I feel that the handle is too long on it for my tastes. So, like, I've sort of been passively looking for someone who's got who's got one of these for trade or something, or to buy one and then just sell this one on. There's no problem with the quality of the axe.
So the question is it actually worth the money that you paid for it?
They go for a lot of money. They really do. I could probably get 250 for this
Yeah, okay, that's
without
fair.
even sweating. But you know, I want a small double bit cruiser, so until I get another one, that one's gonna stay here.
Have you used it much?
But for me, the haft on it's just a little too long, so I don't find it's not very comfortable. I don't like the way the guy restored it. The thing is, some people like that length. It's not like he didn't do a bad job. It's just I kind of wish I just found the head and done it myself. Boom, boom, boom. Bap, bap, beep, bap, boo. Let me see what we got here. Yeah, they are batched. You know what? If Russell is funny a little later, maybe I'll run and see what the percentage is on mine. Careful on the backswing. Yeah, yeah. There's the thing with a double bit axe. The danger aspect goes much much higher for sure. Oops! I almost knocked over my PC.
What's the for me and for anybody else who's unaware? What's the purpose of a double bit axe?
Okay, you have one side that's at a much finer angle than the other. Okay,
Okay.
so you have one that's for like limbing and stuff, or just marking the bark for an axe that for a tree that's going to come down. Right, that's what sort of these they were very often used for blazing. The other side is a blunter, still sharp but blunter for getting down near the dirt, roots and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
the traditional one is two different grinds. Now the
Okay.
other one that I had bought, the Moore Maker one, wasn't two different grinds. Moore Maker knows nothing about axes. They're a knife maker, but they put out this small double bit, and it was at for 55 US bucks. I was like, I gotta try it, and I sold it.
Hmm.
I gave it away. I did a contest and I gave it away. If it's not to two different grinds, then there's no point in having a 2-bit axe. You know,
All right.
I should get a full size 2-bit head and put a haft on it. I should do that. I haven't bought an axe head in a long time because I haven't had time to do any restorations in a long time. Camper 69 bought an axe and never uses it. Really? Man, I'll take any excuse to get an axe out. Yeah, yeah, honeybee. Yeah, it was a lot of money, and I wasn't ready to spend that kind of money. I put a bid to pump the price up to help him, not realizing that, well, don't do that at 1 in the morning because if he's in the States and I'm in Canada, most of the people who look at both of our pages are asleep. Yeah, exactly. The legendary mark, absolutely. Funny thing because apparently Norland axes were created as a brand originally for the Canadian Tire Corporation. Bought the Power Monkey Expedition and they never came out with all the attachments. Oh, that sucks. Oh, by the way, hi, Notabot. Oh, that really, really sucks.
Expedition.
Okay, Pam's out. Whoops, Pam's out. Good night. Have yourself a good
Okay.
night, Pam. Sleep well. Yeah, I just I don't personally like the way it's ground, and I don't want to regrind it because every time you grind an axe, you're taking metal away, right? So I would rather find someone who's going to like it, and maybe do a trade for another Norland, like maybe one of the little Hudson's Bays or something. Um, Actually, that would be pretty cool. Then start trying to shape it and just because you can't put the metal back on, and it's a brand that you don't want to mess around with too much once you've got one, right? For fear of you know what I'm saying, right? I don't want to change it. I'd rather someone's like, I want that, and I'm like, okay, give me something cool, you know?
I remember I've seen a knife that had been sharpened so many times that like half the blade was gone,
And
which
I've
is
got one
actually
back there
pretty.
like that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see. But You ever seen one like an axe that's been sharpened so many times? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Look, um, the axe is not hardened all the way, right? So you can get right past the hardening line, and then it's useless. But you've got to really work at it.
Hmm.
Like that's usually
Yeah.
an axe that someone's been using like in their family for a couple 150 years kind of thing.
Like a daily chopper or something,
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Ian says he wants cheese now. All the power to you.
Cheese,
I
please.
back this. Yeah, cheese, please.
I got some mozzarella.
That's not real cheese.
It
Mozzarella is
is if you
cheese light.
melt it on things.
Oh, like on pizza and stuff. Yeah,
Nachos,
I use Tex-Mex for
over
nachos.
potatoes. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's good. It's good. It's good stuff.
don't make
It's a
me
good
hungry here.
cheese.
Don't you go making me hungry.
Mozzarella. Mozzarella is a good tea. If they made cheese flavored tea, I might take another shot at that.
Speaking of tea, it's a good drink.
Shot time.
Shot of vodka.
So I have a pair of boots around here. I was going to show. I bought a pair of boots recently. By recently, I mean probably a month and a half ago now. And I knew I was. It's a funny thing too, because it's not like I got all excited for them. I was in the store. I saw them. I needed boots. I needed like good winter boots that aren't like this. You know,
Yeah,
this is a solid deep snow winter boot, which it works really well. But I needed a little lighter. They're actually like hunting boots. Technical term is, and I don't. Oh, no, that's not it. This is my old hunting boot. Great boot. In fact, I really like this one because even though it's got laces on it, it's got a zipper on the side,
yeah, nice.
so you can lace it up or you can zipper it up, which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
But I bought. Oh, there they are. Still got the tags on them. I should have taken them back, but it's a bit of a drive from here now. And I knew they'd be uncomfortable. I don't need both, do I? I knew they'd be uncomfortable. And they were, I wore them walking from the car out to the cabin, and they were just, my ankles were killing me. They were scraping the sides of my legs really badly. And I was like, that's it. Now I have these really expensive boots that I'll never wear.
great.
So not exactly camping gear, but.
Well, it's outdoors gear though. We're not only talking camping gear.
If we start talking about tools,
Oh yeah, well,
this will go downhill fast.
yeah. Look what I got.
Is it blue?
It's blue. Yeah, because Al's here.
Is he? I haven't
Well,
seen
he
him say
was
anything in a
here.
while.
I wonder if he's still here. Al, if you're still here, sound off so that we can. If he's not here, I'm just going to pour it back in and run and get something else. Because I don't want to waste the blue when he's not around.
Can you do that? Can you just pour it back?
Yeah, I wouldn't really. I'll drink it. I'm just being bombastic. What
I
camping
really should have
gear?
said you pour it in a plant or something. Al's not
No.
here.
Campbell says, any camping stuff do you steer away from? Yeah, I steer away from anything that's got like a motor on it or batteries or whatever. I steer away from start again. Okay, and take two. I steer away from anything that is too complex. But yes, it's good to have a
Fancy.
spot with you. Yeah, it's anything that's too fancy. I like my stuff to have been designed the same way for the past 50 years. I like my knives to be classic designs. I like my axes to be classic designs. Why? Because they're classic designs for a reason. Very few designs in the outdoor space will last if they're not comfortable or if they don't work well. Because there's a danger aspect there, right? If you're using an axe and the handle is giving you a blister, then you could be in trouble out there in the woods. And that's weird because I see a lot of people using those Gerbers / Fiskars axes, with the plastic handle. And I have one of those. I use it as a grubbing axe because it ain't good for anything else. Like, you need something that dulls the vibration, Know what I'm
Any
saying?
knife that comes in a plastic package, like
Like a bubble pack. Yeah, like those Camillus, the Les Stroud Camillus. They may be perfectly
yeah.
good, but they look really second rate. Um, like even Buck has gone down the hill a lot, or maybe they've got like an expensive or a good line and a made in the Far East line or something. I don't know. It's just I've seen some Bucks that have not impressed me of late. David says you used to get a good pair of hiking boots. Any recommendations? I use Merrell's. I think I'm pretty good with
I have
Merrell.
I have a decent pair of hiking boots. This is what I was just looking at that I got from Mark's, I think,
Mark's
or
Workwear House.
Timberland. So, David, I would go like if unless you're talking about wintertime, I would go ankle high,
Mm-hmm.
something with leather, right? Um, you can go for waterproof or just water resistant. Not that I know a lot about boots, but I'm actually really happy with these. These are really comfortable
Yeah.
as opposed to those other ones I have. But I would. Here's two things. Two things I will never do. One is I will never buy boots online
Yeah. Fair.
because my foot range, depending on what I'm putting on, is like anywhere between 12 and
Yeah.
14.
Mm-hmm.
And secondly, put them on in the store and walk around for like half an hour
Mm-hmm.
in them, and ignore any harsh looks you get from the staff.
Look, I'm dealing with plantar fasciitis right now, so I back what you're saying in a big way. What you guys
Oh,
need is absolutely support at the ankle, support under the arch, um, something that bends sort of at the toe, but not halfway back. Like it bends at the toe, but that's about it. Fairly rigid for the rest of the way back.
also,
Those.
sorry, go
No,
continue.
no, you go because I'm just
I
blithering.
thought you were. I thought you were done.
Yeah, I'm done.
Oh, I was. I was gonna say also order eaters and change them once a month.
Oh, okay. What I was literally about to say was that the ones that you're showing right there are they probably hit most of what I've said if you find them that comfortable.
Yeah, I guess.
Um,
Hell is there?
Grace says I saw an Agawa gear video from Canoecopia. They're coming out with an axe hatchet combo, 2-piece handle. So it's taken 4 years to perfect. What do I think? I don't know about that. That doesn't. I love my Agawa saw, my Boreal 21, but some people do find that they get hot spots because of the way the handle folds in, and I can see that. I can absolutely see that. So like I don't think that their stuff is absolutely magical. I think the ease of just opening it and click and then it's ready to go. It's so much better than that. What's that Bob Destroyed, the one that's in 2 pieces, but it's sort of the idea. It's way faster than either of my more traditional buck saws. I think that they do good work, but I'm not going to buy everything they put out just because of that. Because it's not. I see where the hotspot comments are coming from, and if I'm not careful, I can get that as well. So if they're bringing out an axe hatchet combo, I would have to see it. I'm very very jaded about new axe designs. Like what was that Finnish one? The one that's designed to sort of flick with a really weird look to it. What the hell was that thing called? It's called like the flipper or the flicker or something. I hated that. I see no reason for it. There's no reason to not just go with the traditional axe design. I feel even the chopper one, great idea. I get it, but the thing is, it's got like springs in it. So at some point, there are going to be none of these around with the the proper springs anymore because they're not. Very few items that depend on springs are working a century on. Do you know what I'm saying? This is maybe less true in the world of pew pews because there are all these standards and all this stuff that are time honored. I get it, but like piece of wood, piece of steel, forget everything else. Fiberglass handles, forget it. Forget everything else.
I was going to say that earlier. It was like an axe is a piece of wood and a piece of metal. It's funny how different they can be across brands, though. It's funny.
It's amazing that something that simple can feel that different between two different brands, right? Well carved handle versus not so well carved handle. The thickness of the
But
heads.
like,
And
would it be weird if I just had a wall of axes here? Like, I mean, if I win the Powerball, if I just had a wall of axes.
oh, I would have a wall of axes. Well, the thing is, I don't want any tools that never come to the woods, right? I would have a very well curated wall of axes. I already have a well curated wall of axes. Axes, actually.
I all my axes would come to the woods.
Oh yeah,
Well, look where I am.
yeah, yeah. And excuse me, is sort of pointing out the obvious here. Some tools are just made cheaply. You know, some people talk about Chinesium, right? Sort of soft steel knives and axes and stuff. And that's probably what he's talking about here. Shovels,
Oh
splint,
man, I
pitchforks, blend.
used to. I bought a shovel once, and I'm digging a hole, and I go to stamp on them with my foot and push down, and I don't even know if I can do this. The whole shovel goes whang,
Uh,
like it bends in half
yeah,
and comes back. I'm like, what the hell is that? What is it made out of?
yeah.
It wasn't.
They're not made the way they used to be. That's for sure.
It was like aluminum shovel or something. Weird.
Men on the Streets about all about the Merrills as well. Oh, but the boots are Rockies. Okay, no boondockers. Yeah, and that's the thing that squeezed me. I feel that for tools like that, I would just eBay something ancient and stick a piece of wood on it, like stick a handle on it, or it might even come with one. I have an axe back there. It's a Walters from probably about 67, 66, 67. Just going by the stamp on it, with the original handle, and that handle is whip thin, and using that axe just feels amazing, and nobody's making them like that thin anymore. Because they're all just being churned out by machine, unless maybe it's like a Liam Hoffman, but even he's got machines now. You walk into Canadian Tire or Home Depot or something, and all those handles are just cookie cuttered out in the hundreds. But there's a real magic to like handmade, hand car the way they did back in the day. When, as I always go banging on about, when making a terrific axe wasn't making a terrific axe, it was just making an axe. When making a high quality belt knife wasn't making a high quality belt knife, it was just making a belt knife, because the
Yep.
bar was not set by what is coming out of like Shanghai or whatever. It's people using their hands in small shops throughout America and Canada. Well, America, I should have said the
Yeah.
United States, and Europe, and like places like Sweden, but England and Germany. You know, back when even a Chinese made axe made for China was a good quality axe, because made in China is not necessarily bad unless it's made in China for the lowest American price possible, right? And the thing is, and that's not a political statement, it's a statement of where our money is happening right now, right? We're trying to pay the lowest ticket for a tool, pay the highest ticket for a tool, pay a one-man shop for your tool, doesn't matter where it is. Pay a small shop, talk to them, shake their hands. I did that for my favorite bass guitar. It cost me the moon, but it's worth it. It's absolutely worth it, because you will not regret that purchase. You won't. You may miss the money, but you won't regret the purchase.
Just gets political.
It's not political. It's cultural, because we're a culture of people who want to spend the lowest dollar on our stuff, and you got to stop that. You got to stop that. I used to spend $100 on a vacuum every 2 years. It's not that long before you've bought an expensive vacuum, but you don't have the expensive vacuum.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I do. I do. Yep.
Um, Oh, and you know what? um, Destiny's bringing up a very good point about how the Victorian kitchen gardeners took such great care of their tools, oiling their shovels and stuff. Absolutely. I didn't do it this year, but I usually throw some oil on my shovels and stuff over winter. You can sharpen a shovel. You don't want it like razor sharp, but you can do
Hmm.
a basic sharpen on your shovel.
That would make a lot of sense, actually,
Yeah,
especially like cutting through roots.
yeah,
Man,
absolutely. Uh, Especially if you're buying tools the way I'm ordering everyone here to spend the top dollar on high quality tools from a small outfit. Take care of them, for God's sakes. If you spend like $300 on an axe, you want it to last 3 generations, 4 generations, 5 generations.
I you know how you do that? You know how I do that?
How?
I spend a lot of money on something, and I never use it, so it's in perfect shape
Like that beautiful
always.
saw of yours?
That beautiful saw is like in perfect showroom ready style. It's sitting in the kitchen right now. In fact, I put it dangerously close to where the sink was, or where the paper towel roll was.
Yeah.
Thinking, and I was thinking, I'm gonna get water all over that thing. So I moved it. You
I
want to see it
just
again?
Yes. Okay, go get it.
Really?
Yeah, I love looking at that thing. While you're doing that, I don't know if I posted this on my Facebook or not, but I recently listened to a Planet. No, it wasn't Planet Money. 99% Invisible podcast about the U.S. Forest Service and why they use ancient tools, right? Old, old crosscut saws like that, axes. Why, when moving earth, instead of using a wheelbarrow, they throw it into these sacks that they have over their shoulders, and how it all comes down to what the legislation around the wilderness in the United States is. And I found it fascinating. I think I posted about it on my Rain Dance Bushcraft Facebook page. I listened to that episode twice, partly because I would love it if Canada had a forest service in that vein up here, and partly because I have always found it enchanting that they use these old tools instead of chainsaws, but I never knew why. And now the U.S. Forest Service, they will almost to a person prefer to eBay a classic saw and bring it back to life than to buy a newer one. But that saw looks fabulous to me.
Yeah, nice. It's reflecting my screens. It's a nice color.
Oh yeah, it's terrific. Yeah, you need to take down some trees with it though.
Well, you know what? I'm not opposed to doing that actually. Maybe next time you come out here, we'll take down a tree.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll each make a video out of it.
Yeah, it'd be a good video.
Yeah. And now you bought that at a local place?
No, I bought it online.
Online from where?
I'd have to look it up. I've never bought anything from them before or after.
Is there a maker's mark on that? Is there a brand on that?
Yeah, there is. It's hard to read because it's get Garlic and Son Sheffield Lynx brand.
Hmm.
Sorry, Garlic and Son
Interesting. Garlic and Son.
Sheffield. I'd have to look through my email and find like a receipt for that.
I bet you it was expensive.
Yep, it wasn't cheap.
So why'd you buy it? Was it just because you liked it?
Um, it occurred to me that if the end of the world ever came and I couldn't buy gas anymore, I might need something to take down trees.
Hmm. Yeah, I want that
And
saw too.
and it's and the whole like it's gorgeous and I love it and I can't not buy it syndrome, right?
Yeah, yeah, I would buy it too. I would have bought it. Let's take a look at what Garlic and Son is. Garlic and Son, fine tools. Oh, it's Australian. Oh no. This is like Jesse Kryptonite. Fine tools.
Oh
Hold on.
yeah,
Hey, you.
look at that.
Taking a look for the saws. Oh no, they got planes. Schnitzel.
Nope. Sheffield.
$349 for a plane. Number 3, smoothing hand plane, stainless. Yeah, a lot of this stuff is sold out. But I'm looking for the Kangsheng Tool Company. Okay, so never mind. They're all sold
Hold
out, so
on.
I can't show you.
I'll find the email, but I gotta see Man About a Hearse first. I'll be right back.
Okay. What I'm trying to see here, peeps, is oh, they got packs. Okay, nice. So I've accidentally skipped out the Garlic and Sons. Let me see if I can find. Oh no, okay. They're from Sheffield, England. Okay, and in fact, he even said Sheffield. Oh yeah, they ain't cheap. Sheffield though, Sheffield steel, peeps. Yeah. But anyway, we don't need to show that screen anymore. Boom, that's done. But yeah, I just wanted to say that like Destiny's comment was bang on. You need to care for them. David, very often with those big saws, the teeth start to change near the end. Not outdoors tools, but there's a gentleman whose name escapes me now because, you know, I'm smart. Rob Cosman. He makes saws that I dream of. And they're bench saws. They're back saws, right? You know, like a ridge across the back, dovetail saws, that kind of thing. And his saws have a completely different teeth per inch near the tip as they do for the rest of it. Because what you do when you're using one of these, right? Let's just say this paper is a piece of wood. You know, you got to sort of start your cut without it skating everywhere. So I believe it's much finer at the tip, if I remember correctly, so that it just bites it and creates that first initial cut, so that you can then go at it. And so a lot of different kinds of saws have a slightly different tooth pattern near the tip. David wants to buy a couple of Japanese pull saws. Need to do some research first. I use Japanese pull saws all the time in my whatever ateliers. I buy them from Lee Valley. They have a gamut of different saws, all of which will work fine. The one problem I have with the Japanese saws is that you can't sharpen them because of the way they're hardened. So I would get one with a replaceable blade. It's a plastic handle, so it's not as beautiful as the more traditional ones. But replacing a blade is less expensive than replacing a saw. Yeah, and you definitely have to. I broke my first silky. That's okay. There is an outdoor Japanese pull saw. I broke my first silky because I couldn't get my head out of the cut on the push concept. So if you're near the tip, so you're going to snap that tip. You have to remember when you're doing the push, right? It's on the pull, not. You know what I'm saying? You're putting your pressure on the pull rather than the push. I'm gonna go see Man About a Hearse. Be right back.
Sure. I cannot find the website. I know I bought that saw in Canada from like a Canadian website, but I can't find the email right now. I can't search my email for saw. I tried Crosscut. I tried Sheffield. I tried Garlic. That's a bit weird, but I know I bought that Canadian. In Canadian. How's everybody doing tonight? I wasn't paying attention. Where? That's not a saw. This is a saw. Oh, I see you've played saw before. Knifey spoony. Yeah, nice saw. But as I said with earlier, I wouldn't mind giving it a shot. if Jess is here, we'll do a video on it. We'll take my Hultifor's axe, another tool. I actually really like my Hultifor's. It's medium length. I forget if there's a style to that or not. But I keep it in my ATV. Hultifor's Eklund hunting? I don't know, maybe a hunting axe. What does a hunting axe actually mean? I don't know. Anyway, I keep it on my ATV with a folding saw that I got off of Amazon. Just for stuff that comes down on the trail. And I've used both multiple times. Comes in handy. Man, I don't know what to say on Jess's stream. Did he talk about this? I think he talked about this. Excuse me, you can probably slow down there a bit, buddy. You're like, 10 of the last 12 comments. Search by the timestamp, probably about around 2. In that case, I don't think so. In that case, that was a calculated purchase. I thought about it. I looked it up. I did some research. Immediately fell in love with that one. I saw the pictures and I was blown away. I was like, I got to get that one. It's expensive, but I got to get it.
The saw?
Yeah. Yeah, wonderful. I was talking about my Hultifer's axe as well. You used my Hultifer's when you were here.
It's a nice axe.
That was a wonderful purchase as well. Like, it's not just something that goes on the shelf or on the wall. I actually use it. It's great little axe. It's funny because it's hard to put my finger on exactly why it's a great axe, but I've used it, and it's when trees come down across the trail, and I wasn't prepared with a chainsaw or anything, so I grab my axe and I go at it, and it's just nice. It's just nice handling. It's hard to put my finger on exactly what it is, though.
That's where the magic lies, though.
Really? Is that what it is? Magic?
What I'm saying is, like,
sorcery.
When you love something, but you can't necessarily pinpoint why, that's because it feels right. It doesn't have to be the best tool in the world. If it feels right, it's the one. Yeah. Campbell never heads to camp without a chainsaw.
Oh yeah.
Wow. 7 clicks on Service Road. Okay.
Well, that's a different beast. Like I use my ATV trail like all the time, but if you're going to your camp like 2 or 3 or 4 times a year, absolutely you want your chainsaw. And I really should be taking my chainsaw. Like every time that we have a really windy day, I should be taking my chainsaw.
Mm-hmm. Here's a question for you.
I don't remember. I got it off of Amazon. In fact, it might have even been in my wish list. And somebody bought it for me. Maybe.
You have a backhoe, maybe?
A what?
You have a backhoe?
Do I have a backhoe?
Yeah. The backhoe Laplander?
What the heck are you talking about?
The backhoe Laplander. Hold on.
Are you English, Jess? I need more words around that, or different words.
Backhoe Laplander folding saw.
Oh, backhoe. Like a backhoe. I know what a backhoe is. It's not a saw. That's weird.
You're about to learn something, buddy.
Saw. Nope. Backhoe. I did backhoe. I searched for backhoe saw, and I got backhoes. Oh, that's not. Yeah. Okay, if you're gonna say backhoe, you gotta be.
Like the vast majority of people who don't have a silky have a backhoe.
Okay.
Oh, there's a fisheries here.
If you say backhoe in a room full of people, like none of them are going to think you're talking about a saw.
If they're outdoorsmen, they sure will.
Oh, hey, that Agawa Canyon
Mm-hmm.
is very similar to the folding saw, or yeah, the folding saw that I got.
That is exactly your folding saw. I used it.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking it's a small picture. I couldn't tell.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, crap in my eyes.
Same as mine, but mine has the yellow handle instead of the green.
Right.
Very nice package. Very well designed. Except for that one thing where some people complain about hotspots.
Okay, so for all the people watching, when he said backhoe, was anybody thinking a saw? Just saying. Not that I'm trying to give you
If
a
you
hard
said
time, but
backhoe in a bar, people would slap you. That's why. Thanks for bringing the classic squeeze me.
no, if you say backhoe in a bar, people know what you're talking about. People know what a backhoe is.
I'm caught up. Okay, good. I just had a chunk of bread because I was a little hungry, just a little bit peckish.
Sorry,
Yeah,
what were you eating there? I missed it.
bread, a little baguette,
Oh, no
a little
cheese?
chunk of the baguette. No, I didn't. I didn't take cheese this time. I should have though. I really should have.
Do you want to go back?
No,
I could make more fun of you over this backhoe thing.
no, it's fine.
Here, let me share a screen. Quite happy to do this. I did a search for backhoe saw.
No, that's backhoe. That's not backhoe. Russell,
Look, look.
this
You
only
said
works if
backhoe.
you listen.
Yeah, I don't understand your French.
And is that even a backhoe? Like on the far right there? That's a saw. Oh, it's a backhoe saw.
Exactly.
Oh, I see where you went to a weirdly dark space, my friend. It's like a
But don't
concrete
you
saw
want
or
one of
something?
those? Don't you want
Maybe.
one of those now?
Yeah.
Like, like, look at that sucker. I'm gonna head down the trail with that.
You're gonna recarve your trail with that.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited. Okay,
Yeah.
this is going to an interesting place.
Oh, I love
Why is
what
that guy?
David said here.
I think I get a blanket over himself.
David says, that reminds me, I bought Fisker loppers. I wanted the ones Russell has. The ones I got are useless. Whoops.
Fisker. Oh. Well, Dave, when you come here, let's discuss.
Yeah, you can just take his. I'm letting you do it. Just take
Actually, you
his.
could probably just take mine.
Yeah.
Oh no, but I'll need it soon.
Are you clearing space? Like, are you gonna have to clear it for where you put your workshop?
Oh, it's complicated, Jess.
Okay,
I got to move the workshop.
but you don't have the workshop yet, so you don't have to move anything.
Well, no, I got to move the old workshop before I can put the new
Oh,
workshop
I
where the
see.
old
Okay.
workshop is.
All
Oh,
right.
it's complicated, Jess.
Okay. Yeah, that does sound complicated.
I was working on that last night.
Yeah. Wait, last night? Yes, last night. Yes, you were. I'm really tired.
Sorry, today.
Yeah, I'm really tired because of that live stream you were doing. But yeah.
Wait, because of the live stream.
Yeah, totally. It's not like I was doing anything important.
It's like Al and I are talking cabin details. And Jess is like, "Oh, I gotta do this." Meep. Sorry, I'm
Taxes.
trying to bleep myself.
That's fine.
Taxes.
Bleeping's good. Bleeping's fine. Here's something that I almost always regret buying is these little sharpening things.
Oh yeah.
You know? Um
Yep.
like the only reason why I have this one is because I've shown this off is because this here is for serrated edges, and on another knife that I was going to tell you about regretting buying, it needs it. I think I've mentioned that I like this knife as a workshop pry bar, but I had bought it to be a bushcraft knife, and it's terrible for that. Partly because of that.
Pry bar.
Yeah.
Okay, how many people have a knife in their drawers that they used to try and turn something, and now you've bent the end? That's what
That
you're talking
doesn't
about,
happen
right?
with this one. Yeah. No, I mean it's just like I just use it for everything in the workshop. That that
Yeah.
it's a good weight. It's a nice, comfy handle. It was not the right thing to buy as a bushcraft knife, but I didn't know what a bushcraft knife was at that point. And I know a lot of people say a bushcraft knife is just a knife. It's all marketing. Shut up. Stop being stupid. The fact is, this does not work as a bushcraft knife because of how much carving you do as a bushcrafter, right? And you do it all here.
Yeah. I feel we've had this conversation.
Yeah, I know. I'm just repeating myself, speaking about the same things ad nauseum.
No, it's fair. I mean, it was on topic. It was
Like
on
this is
topic.
this is a survival knife or like a military sort of utility opening your K rations or some damn thing.
Oh yeah, I want that knife. And then the thing and all.
And the stuff. I love that knife. I have that
Oh, with
knife.
the GoPro, we can actually zoom in now.
Yeah. Such a good design. It doesn't look like a good design. It looks so weird, but
I
when it's in the hand, it's
if
just
my 20-year-old self would hate this design. I like that is I don't want to say what I would have said back then because it's not socially acceptable now, but I would have hated that.
yeah,
But now it's like this is glorious. This is
yeah,
one of the best knives I've ever used. Um, and the
yeah,
design, I just love it.
yeah. Me too.
How close can I get and still make out detail here?
Good and close. That's definitely a better camera than you were using before. Yeah, nice knife.
Yeah, if I had the money, I'd buy another one of these and just leave it right there, right where it is.
Just hanging.
This will be my if I get another deer. I mean, when I get another deer, this will be the one. Well,
That'll be
what's
the
going
knife.
on with your knife?
Oh, it's got oil on it.
Oh, oh, crap! What kind of oil did you put on it?
Mineral oil, I think.
Hmm.
Because this one's not the stainless. This is the carbon. So I have to keep it oiled.
Oh, oh, I see. Okay. Well, I mean, it's not a bad idea anyway, right?
True.
So the inside of your sheath, is it all oily now?
Probably. If it's not, I'll
Okay.
soak the inside just to. I like it when the inside of the like I put a little extra oil on before resheathing my knives, so that there's a little layer of oil inside because that way, in fact, you know what? I'll just do this. In fact,
And oh,
right?
damn!
I am so smart. And
Holy crap!
uh,
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Sorry, I'll say. Yep.
the it's funny because what the weakest part of this package, I still really like because of the time honoredness of it, and that's this really weird approach to doing a belt loop. Like we have way better designs than that now, but because this is the original, like this is the 1951 or whatever 1947 design, I like it for the time honoredness. Even though I'm a guy, I like a dangler. Oh, yeah, you see, you
Is
got
that
it too.
is that what we're talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It, I never thought about it, but it is pretty weird, isn't it?
yeah.
Is that
It's
like a
and
slip knot? Is that what that is?
it's yeah. What you do is, oh
Kind of.
god, I took it apart to figure it out one time,
Oh,
and
I
it took
see.
me like an hour to tie it back. So don't go taking it
I
apart.
see.
But
Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Sort
it's
of
essentially a
interesting.
big loop, and you tie it around and blah blah blah.
Okay.
Dumb idea, but I love it because this is the original sheath, right? This design hasn't changed in forever. You can get a different sheath for this now, I believe, but I'm a classicist in that way.
Hmm.
I'd like to change this out for a leather lanyard, though.
Oh, I
You
don't
know,
even have a lanyard on mine.
it came with this cheesy
Oh,
nylon thing, and like,
oh, did it? Oh, okay. That's why I didn't put it on.
yeah,
Well, and I keep telling City Girl stop by a craft shop because she wants to do the same thing on her walking sticks. She uses leather strips for tying feathers on and stuff like that.
oh, I see.
So if I can
Yeah,
get her to do that, then I can make a leather lanyard for that too.
Yeah, hold on a second here. Uh, Grace says, I always thought it was pronounced Baco. Yes? Baco.
Baco. Baco.
Oh, she's
See,
probably
that
saying
would make more sense.
Baco.
Baco.
The way Americans pronounce the they overdo they say Mazda instead of Mazda, even though there's no way in
No.
Japan you would ever say Mazda.
No. Hold on a second. Bach. In fact, it's Bach.
Bach, yeah.
Bach.
Bach.
If she's right, and I have no reason to believe not, then you should have said Baco
Baco.
instead of Baco.
Baco. Baco. What? You're yet to open up the number one knife you just bought? David.
That's where I was, a minute ago. That's where I was like, what?
Get that thing open. They're beautiful. Hold it. Man, when I got this, because I remember I bought the cold steel one because I was like, what are you talking about? That looks terrific. I got to buy it just to see, but I don't want to spend that kind of money. And then, of course, because everything listens to us, the next time I went to Amazon, it was like the cold steel was there. I was like, it's $12. I'm buying it. And so that's why I ended up buying this, because like, okay, this does look stupid, but it feels really good. And then when this came, hey, Jim, just joining awful late. Well, except that I think you were the first person to comment that you were going to be here. Man, when I got this, I just couldn't I couldn't put it down.
It's glorious, isn't it?
Couldn't
It's
put it down.
Like, it's funny too because it's not the biggest handle in the world. You just reminded me watching you, not the biggest handle in the world, and I've got some pretty big hands.
Yeah,
but it feels so nice in there.
Yeah, and the thing is, these are straight up affordable knives, right? These are not high end at all. These are what 100 and what were they?
130, 140,
something like that.
Not cheap, but for a good quality knife. I mean, that's
like in a world where bushcraft knives, like often go for like $300 or $400. And look, they've even got the hole in the bottom, the drainage hole.
Shut the front door.
Front door is shut.
Oh, I think you good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I noticed that because that's the first thing I do when I get an affordable knife. Generally, I haven't, I think the Ukrainian one I still have to do that, but if I check that, and if there isn't one, I take a small drill and.
I don't actually feel anything coming up front.
Al on the street wants one. Al on the street. Al wants one. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Knife. Yeah, I felt it that way. Woo! No.
And this and this is Canadiana, the way the Nesmuk and the Kephart are American. Are you okay there, Russell?
A little lightheaded there.
Yeah.
From blowing.
Oh, I see. David is thinking of doing a knife opening video.
Oh, nice.
That's a great idea.
But you got to go through the gamut.
Well, he can do an unboxing and then a first review.
Yeah, exactly. And do the the usual thing where you do a little whittling, you make some feather sticks, you try and bend the point.
I don't try and bend the point. I never try to bend the point.
You take a block of wood, you go, Argh!
Yeah.
Argh!
See if you can break it. Yeah, no, I don't do that.
Not break it.
I leave that up to the. Al wants a link for the number one. Can anyone drop a link to the Groman website? Al, I think I'm gonna have to go to the SAQ this week because I'm bottling down that blue pretty fast. I think I've got enough for next week, and that's about it. No, I've got enough for a couple more weeks.
I was about to say it's on sale, but it's not.
They're never really on sale. It's this BS.
Base price $127. Sale price $127.
Yeah, I just growing.
Yeah.
What I would like to do is at some if it was even remotely affordable, I would like to get an old one of these. One that's like 40 years old, and just do a side-by-side comparison and see what has changed. Something here has changed. The hole is
That would
either not there on the really old ones or it's in a different place. But wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be cool?
that would be a great video.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Like, so it's a full tang. You're saying the hole is in a different spot.
It's either that or there isn't one. I don't remember what it is, but there's something different about the
Huh.
lanyard hole in the really old ones.
No, that's fair. I'm gonna order. Huh. Okay.
I once saw
Yeah,
a video
that'd be a
way
fun video.
way back, before I even got my cold steel. When I was like really first trying to figure out why the hell someone would buy a knife that looks like this, I saw a video of a guy doing a review of his that he had used his knife for 40 years. And I love that
That's
idea.
cool.
Yeah, right?
I love that too.
Having the same tool and it goes everywhere with you for like 4 decades, and how that must be like
Like,
wearing your favorite slippers, right? You know everything about it.
imagine being a knife enthusiast, but only using one knife for 40 years, right? I don't have a lot of knives. I might have 20 knives, but I'm not using any of them for 40 years.
You have more knives than I do, but I'm really not a knife enthusiast either. But yeah, the idea of like I love that whenever I hear someone, yeah, I've used this bass guitar for like 50 years. I'm like, oh, I love that. You know, I've used this knife for 40 years. I love that. I mean, you've had yours longer than I've had mine, right? It looks more like,
Not much longer.
oh, really? I thought you'd had yours like a few years longer than I had.
Oh, no! I bought mine during one of your live streams, I think. Um,
Oh, it's the number four you've had longer than me by a lot.
Not much longer. I think I bought that one during one of your live streams as well.
Really? Okay, everybody, buy a knife. Everyone, buy a number one right now.
I'm looking right now. Got the number one and the number four. There's other numbers, right? Oh, the trout. The
Yeah, they got
bird.
like a trout. There's a bird one, I think, and stuff like
The
that.
boat,
The only ones that
army or
really
yacht.
interest me are the number one and the number four. There's a like I think there's a navy or a sailing one, and there's an army one that's got a flap on it and stuff. Those are kind of cool, but
Oh man, there's some cool knives in here. Short blade Skinner,
yeah,
flat grind mini, deer
but
and moose knife.
I think
Why do
that
I not have a deer and moose knife?
you
What?
should. You should. For me, I can't justify it because I don't know if I'll ever go hunting again. Like I don't know if I should just be selling my boomsticks at this point. You know,
Like why do I not have a deer and moose knife in my my arsenal? This
one
is,
more
this is
beverage
bull.
and you'll be buying one tonight.
This is bull. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Look at that beautiful thing.
Yeah, that's made for skinning for sure. Look at that
Well,
handle.
it's no. This is the deer and moose knife.
Yeah.
Damn. I'm going to war. If I get this thing, I'm going to war with that thing. Like you see me coming down the battlefield with that, you're gonna cower in
Yeah.
fear and shame, right?
Yeah. Hold on a second.
Oh, wait, I gotta say, Al, I'll tell you what, Al, when you get here, I'll give you this knife. I will gift you this knife. How about that?
That's
That's
a
a
good
deal.
gift. That is a stunning gift. That's terrific. Especially because you've used it
Yep.
and you've clearly loved it. Look at that.
I'll tell you what, I will get City Girl to kiss it, and then I'll with lipstick on, and then I'll draw like black marker around it, or we'll coat it in like varathane so it'll never come off. Come on, that's a deal. Anyway, looking forward to Al's visit.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too. I hope that you guys live stream together. Campbell
Oh,
says
definitely.
to Al that you guys talked me into trying JW Blue as the first good scotch. Now it's the staple behind the bar, and I'm trying other good scotch. Dude, I can suggest many good things. Many good things. But getting into scotch is a big ticket. There's money
How
involved
the
in that.
heck?
Really? Hold
Blue
on.
costs blue costs money.
Yeah, sure does. Look at this comment. I can't bring it up. Jim's had his trombone since 1975. Used the same one since then. Do you play a lot?
That's wonderful. That's
How long have you
wonderful. I
had
mean, my
yours, Russell?
I haven't. I've had mine since oh, it's got to be 15 years, but I mean, it's older than that. It was my trombone was made in the 70s, I believe.
Hmm.
So, musical instruments like that never die
They
unless
never
you
die.
trash them. They never die if you take care of them.
Yeah, unless you throw one
And it's a
under an
wonderful.
oncoming metro.
And the great thing about a trombone, if we can wax into musical sphere for a second, the great thing about a trombone is you don't need to spend a lot of money to get like a semi-professional trombone.
Yeah, that's true.
You can get a as opposed to say a baritone sax, like
Mm-hmm.
even a trainee baritone sax is like $4,000. You can get
It, yeah, and that's very true of a lot of like clarinets. Holy crap! Um, what I like about being
yeah.
a bass guitar player is my most expensive bass over there, and it's the most expensive bass I've ever bought by at least by a 4-digit number was $5,000. If I was playing a doghouse bass, right, the stand up, $5,000 gets you a student bass, if even that these days. You know, so it's like I do love for like 1960s era Fender jazz basses, straight up bog standard, but with like no, like they haven't been refinished or anything. That's that's a lot of money. That's like five
Excuse
digits.
me.
That's like 20, 30 grand, you know, just because
I'm gonna
they've been identified as being highly collectible.
I'm gonna pour some blue and grab
Okay.
a beer
All
for
right.
Al since he's still here, which is super
Which is
weird. Two
great.
nights in a row.
Oh, Al's got some keyboards. Nice. How long have you had those? How long have you had those? Oh, so excuse me, he's got a sax and a trumpet, guitar, flute, violin, and piano. Excuse me. I used to have an electric violin. I was taking fiddle for a while. I played the trumpet in high school, but not very well. I have a guitar that I was playing at one point, but I'm really concentrating on the bass. We bought my daughter a keyboard, so she's been learning the piano. I played flute for a brief period in high school. I went through a lot of instruments before I found an instrument to love. I feel like I wasted a lot of time searching. Like if I just known earlier, then I would be a much much better bass player. Nice, late '70s and early '80s. I like it. Oh, that's cool. No, I'm not. It's funny, excuse me, because I was learning very quickly, but my wrists are garbage. My wrists are not great. So
Is that bottled down?
that's at least two more drams. Hold on, I'll show you.
No, I just when you say bottled down, like, do I got to chug this like right now? Or?
No, no, because I'm at the same spot as you. Well, I'm a little more than you, but that's like 3 drams. I mean, drams are small.
I've been
Well,
I've been pretty optimistic these lately, or energetic
you've been pouring an energetic pour. Remember, once you finish
every
this
single
end, you
time.
got to get another one, and they're not that cheap.
I don't know. I tell you what, I grab the bottle, I splash a little bit of blue in there, and it turns out to be an incredibly energetic pour every single time.
Yeah,
Look, in this glass, you can see the deer and moose knife on my other screen.
yeah, yeah. Um,
All hail the GoPro.
yeah. Uh, Darth Vader's having a wild cherry Pepsi. Legit
Remember,
drink.
like, remember leading up to New Year's and Darth Vader is like every single time he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna buy some alcohol for New
Yeah,
Year's. Yeah, I
he
haven't
bought
bought
some
any all
after.
year,"
Did you
and
finish
he
it?
hasn't said.
Yeah, that's a sip, guys. Yeah, no, no. I parcel it out. Like for me, this is what like a nightcap dram is. But that nightcap dram could last. I'm gonna start that sentence again. That whole phrase, in fact. For me, a nightcap dram, right? I spend so much time nosing and looking, and that it can take me an hour to finish even a small dram like this. David is way behind drinking his blue label. Yeah, but you bought it recently, more recently than we do.
Yeah, yeah, David. Hey, David, are you home yet? Are you home again?
I think he is.
Oh, There's something wrong with my nostrils. It's going
You
down the
got
wrong way.
well. In that case, you got to do it like this.
No, there's something wrong with my left nostril.
Go blow your nose, and then you can nose better.
Yep, maybe. Okay.
Campbell, it's funny that you're saying that because there is definitely oak. I think there is a very very light touch of smoke, touch of peat or touch of smoke in this, but it's just a whisper of an echo.
God, did anybody hear that
Yep, sure did.
that tugboat passing?
Yeah, it's yeah. When he said tugboat, you reminded me of a
Okay.
book that I read. I had when I was a kid in Vancouver, and it was about a tugboat, and it was going up and down the river and like log booms and stuff. And I've been looking for that book, and it just keeps coming up with another tugboat story. It's like an American tugboat story, and like I remember what the artwork looked like in this book, but I don't remember what it was called. And so I just keep looking up like tugboat children's book, and I'm not finding the one about this British Columbian tugboat. And I have a
I hate
real
that.
sort of yeah, drives me crazy. Oh,
Oh,
okay. No, David's home tomorrow. Grace says she's got a
hold
knife
on,
that.
hold on, hold on. Sorry, we got to say
Oh,
goodnight to David. Good
all
night,
right.
buddy.
Good night, bud. See you later. Grace has a knife that she's used for 36 years. It's your favorite paring knife. Oh, it's its filling. I've got a set of its filling as well. Um,
A paring knife for 36 years.
nice.
And is it, Grace, is it stainless steel? Like, I remember we had this kitchen knife for as long as I can remember growing up. And it was, a long kitchen knife, but wasn't rusting, but it was that dark color. It looked like it was rusting. I remember seeing it years later after I left home. My mom still had it. And I was like, oh my God, the nostalgia is
Oh
crazy.
yeah, I love those. And you can get rid of that darkness. Our filling knives are going a little dark as well, but I like tools that look like they're used. I like tools that show the story of their development. You
I'm
know.
going to the palette.
Okay, go to the ballot right now. Oak is the first thing I'm getting off of this tonight.
Yeah.
There's some
The first
sweetness
sip,
there. So there's a little
you,
spice.
you can't trust the first sip. You
No,
can't.
I think there's something nutty, sort of at the background.
Oh, yeah. A little Halloween pumpkin in there. Yeah.
B flat. Oh, Campbell's also hitting the sack. All right, good night.
Good night, Mark.
Be safe.
And Caroline. Was Caroline watching? Or is it just Mark? Probably just Mark.
All right. See you
I
soon,
assume when it's
Mark.
cooked. Yeah.
Yeah. Good old whiskey. Good old
Anyway,
whiskey.
look at this beautiful knife.
Yeah, it's got a real cool sort of curviness. The thing is, what I like boast, what I like best about that knife, I think, is that handle looks like look at the grain on that handle in that picture. Like I would be
Hmm.
disappointed if I bought that knife and the handle wasn't as beautiful as that one. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying. I'm not saying.
And it's got a very sort of mid-century or early mid-century look to it because of the sort of the Bowie knife thing on the top at the tip and how that translates into the sheath.
You know what?
But
I gotta grab my number 4 here for a second.
sure. Oh, it's just Mark, by the way, tonight. That's fine. That's cool. Mark's been dropping some good comments tonight.
Interesting. Interesting. It's got that little hook right at the bottom of the
Mm-hmm.
right
Why?
at the bottom of the blade there.
Yeah, what's that for?
That's interesting. I wonder. Like, it's probably a good thing. Like,
wonder what
Like
that's
I always
for.
worry, like certain knives, if your finger can slide down that blade too easily, like if you're pushing, your finger can just slide down the
Yeah, I
blade.
get what you're saying. Yeah.
So
Uh,
maybe that helps that.
Grace says that her favorite knife for 36 years is stainless with a red plastic handle. Gift from a German friend.
Yeah, that's one of the problems with the number one. There's nothing stopping your finger from just right down the blade.
But like, I don't. You know how like some people, when you're splitting kindling,
Better.
they lay the kindling down and they do this thing, tucks, right, and then twist to pop
Well,
it open. I
oh,
never do that because I'm afraid of my hand slipping down. Right, like they lay the
yeah.
kindling down, and I don't want to. I don't want to be too demonstrative there. I'm gonna put the sheath on, so I don't want to bleed. But like they go and then twist. Excuse me. If you're gonna do that, you need to put your thumb on. But I don't even do it. I don't even do it because I don't want to do anything that might require stitches while I'm away from everyone. You know?
Hmm. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Jim's dad bought him his first hunting knife when he was about 11 or 12. It was a buck personal. Yeah, nice. You still have it today. Nice. No, that's the thing. Excuse me. Scuffy the Tugboat is the story that keeps popping up, and it wasn't. It wasn't. And it's been driving me nuts for like 10 years. I've been looking for this book.
You know, that has that stupid sheath with the. Oh
With
no,
the
it's a little different.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
got a
the
snap on
clasp
it.
is up. It's not the same as the this one where it's right where the blade goes. That's
Yeah.
on the. Oop, that's not what I meant to do. It's on the handle portion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take that
Okay.
personally there, Russell. But yeah, like this looks great and it's clearly like a time honored design, but um I have to make sure that I pull this way back because I mean look, I've already sliced it slightly.
Oh, yeah, I've shown mine before. Mine's cut like almost, a
Yeah.
third of the way through. It's we can have a close up now.
So I wonder how many knives of these that are out there in the wild are sliced like that. Like yours is worse than mine, but you know what I'm
I
saying?
envision going out into the woods and like tripping over all these tabs.
All these like I wonder if it's endemic. Like everyone's knives are just slicing through there. But you know what I'm saying? Like if we took a poll, right? 50 guys who own number fours, show us your number fours. I wonder how many of them would have that little slice. I wonder how many of them would be
All of them.
totally missing it completely because of years and years of slicing.
Well, is there a technique that we're just not doing right? Maybe.
What I do is I make sure that I bend it and keep it out of the way. Russell just disappeared on us, but I'm sure he can see what I'm doing. See like that? And then when I'm pushing it back in, you still got to be very careful. I sort of push it towards the spine. But the thing is, when you're wearing these on your belt, it can be kind of hard to make sure that you're doing it right. And so that's the problem. Like if it's such a well designed sheath, otherwise, right? So he's got the notch there for the handle, but like this creates more support and everything. It's a great designed. It's a well designed sheath, except this is just in the wrong place for longevity. But the thing is, when it's closed, it works. You're never going to lose this. You got this on your belt. This is never going to disappear on you, right? So it's terrific, but you just have to be real careful. And again, it's got sort of an old school, right? An old school approach to just so you fold it over, you slip it through it. It's just a great package. If you were to ask me which of them I like better, I like the number one better because I'm a classicist, right? The number one was the original one. It's the oldest design they have, and because I prefer a 4-inch around that era, that length to this is closer to a 5 if I remember correctly. But there's a lot to love in this knife, and again, it's got the drainage hole at the bottom. which for a very budget-minded knife is a nice touch.
I was going to mention you
Mm.
kind of briefly skirted on it, but
Yeah.
like if I can't put a knife in the sheath without using two hands, then
Without
that's a
looking at
problem.
it, and yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, at least without using two hands. I can understand kind of looking down, making sure you get the spot, but
Yeah.
like if I got to use two hands, then there's something very wrong with the design.
Hey, look what Al
Or
just said. He got the 3 and the 4.
you got the 3 and the 4. What 4G? What? What? You
I
you didn't pick either of the ones that we have.
share that screen.
So okay, yeah, we'll totally share it.
So
Okay,
number 3,
so
that's the Army. Okay, so yeah, the Army or Yachtsman. The Yachtsman has the extra little tool, and the Army has the flap over it.
oh, I see. Interesting. What's the tool? Is that like a sharpener,
It's I don't remember what it's called.
or is it a
I think it's an
striker?
not an awl, but
Tuning fork?
yes, it's a tuning fork, Russell. Absolutely. Doesn't it say? Wait, go to the description. Go
All
to the
right, hold on.
description.
All right, fella. I'm not reading that.
Yachtsman sheath. If you get it with the sheath with the pouch that holds the marlin spike, that's what I was looking for. A marlin spike and shackler. So that's what I'm looking for. So then,
Wow.
what's a 4G? And now, Al, for the number 3, did you get the Army or the Yachtsman?
So he's showing his.
Okay, so what's his 4G?
Al was like me. We're drawn to the sea.
Mm, I understand
I don't
that.
know what the 4G is.
Oh,
Stainless steel, carbon steel.
is right. Rebel says regret the sheath, keep the knife. Al, are you left-handed? Because it has no freaking left-handed sheaths, though. That's interesting. Why don't they have a left-handed sheath?
Oh wow, really?
Right? That seems stupid, right?
That seems very odd. Yeah. I mean, if you put it on your right, is it? Well, if you got the old style sheath, then it probably doesn't matter if you wear it on your left or your right. I mean, it matters a little bit, but
It matters in terms of you pulling the knife out with the blade up instead of down, right?
well, it's
Ah,
I
you
get
know
that, but you
what?
just have to. It's the difference between grabbing it like this and grabbing it like this. You're not looking
Hold on. Yes, go. Yeah, yeah. No, you're right. You're right. Like this versus this. Yeah.
this or like this.
But I have a sneaking suspicion that this is better if you wear it on the left side.
Get out of here. Oh, maybe. Oh,
Right?
maybe.
Look at what you're looking at,
Okay. All
and I'm
right.
gonna start
I'll
wearing
look
this
at
on
what
my
I'm looking
left,
at. I'm
and
gonna
I'll look at what I'm
look at
looking
what I'm
at.
looking at. Okay. All right. So, you know what? Nope. Nope. That doesn't help.
That
You,
doesn't
you
help
still need. You still need. If you
because
use
I
two
feel that I
hands,
can
if your
see
left
more
hand,
easily. Okay. Okay.
you still need your left hand to put it in to keep the tab open.
Right. But I feel that I can see better what I'm doing.
How can you see better? It's this side or it's this side?
Well, because Russell, I'm looking at right. If I'm looking at where this is, so I can see I popped it open. Oh,
Yeah.
you can't. You guys can't see what I'm doing. This is useless.
Okay. So your left side. This is my left side.
Yeah.
And I'm holding the tab.
Yeah, and you can hold it like that, and you're gonna be
But this
careful
is
because
still.
we've
It's
both been
still a
drinking.
two. It's still a two-handed operation, though.
It is still a two-handed operation. Absolutely. The visual aspect of it is improved though.
Whereas this side, it's the same thing. It's a two-handed operation.
So to you, it's a zero-sum game.
Yeah.
Jim's father-in-law found a buffalo skinning knife with the big curved blade laying in his yard. on Lake Huron. Oh,
Huh.
okay, because there was a fishing wharf at the turn of the century. Nice. He uses it to
That's
cut
pretty cool.
dandelions.
Although I want his will. By the
Well, you
way,
got the units,
Al,
man.
I'm going for one of Al's old cars in his will.
Fair enough. I'm gonna go for his whiskey collection.
His what collection? Lufa?
Whiskey, no loofah. Terry the Tugboat and Friends.
Yeah, he's doing a Google search for the stuff.
Hold on a second.
It's Marlin. What's a Marlin? What were we talking about? Was it
Marlin
important?
Spike. It's a
Oops.
sailor's tool.
For what? What do you do with a Marlin spike?
Just
Now I
hold on a
gotta look
second.
it up. Marlin spike. Well, you were like, oh, what did he do? Ah, cool.
What?
Look at this. Neat
It's not
screen.
Terry the Tugboat. What are you looking at? Hold on. Let me find my page.
Like Al was a Marine, right? It's
Yeah, but a marine's not a sailor. A marine is a marine. Marlin is a fish. Marlin Spike is a tool. Um, I kind of find something to do with rope, and I would remember if I hadn't been drinking all night. Um, Something about splicing rope. Whatever. I don't remember. I'll look it up and I'll.
splicing, untying knots, drawing Marlin tight using a Marlin hitch.
Yeah, because I mean,
It
if you
has.
think about like line on a ship is like it's big honking rope, right?
Well, I get that it's good for untying knots, but like, there's no fish.
No, marlin spike isn't for fishing.
It's a Marlin spike.
Oh, you got the stainless. Oh, the gut hook. Okay.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So yeah, sorry. Al was in the Air
Oh,
Force. Those silly guys in their planes, they're flying
it's funny because
around.
after high school, I tried to join the Royal Canadian Navy, but I didn't get in because my French wasn't good enough.
What? Wait, as an officer or just a
I wasn't even
enlisted?
applying as an officer. I can see that for an officer, but for like just a straight up seaman, French wasn't good enough.
Why would you have to know French?
Well, because I live in Quebec, right? I mean, the units here are French-speaking units. Like HMCS Donnacona it's a Quebec unit.
I don't get that. Like Canada's a pretty big place. You could have been stationed anywhere in Canada.
Yeah, but
Like
in the
even
Navy more than in the Army, French is required because the of communications and stuff. Yeah.
it's weird because I mean the boot camp is in Saint Jean Richelieu, which is in Quebec, and yet they speak English there. It's not. You don't have to know any French.
Well, Canada used to have three military colleges, right? There was Collège Militaire Saint Jean, which is here in Saint Jean. There was Royal Roads in British Columbia, and then there was CMR in Ontario. I think CMR is still there, isn't it?
I don't know.
Because the plan was to close Saint Jean and Royal Roads, and keep CMR. That's RMC. Sorry, CMR is the one in Saint Jean, Collège Militaire Royal, and Royal Military College is in Ontario. I don't know, Hamilton or something like that. And they kept Saint Jean for purely political reasons because the entire province of Quebec would have burnt down Ottawa. And they closed Royal Roads, which is now just a university, and they kept RMC. And in fact, I've been to CMR a lot because when I was in the Air Cadets, we would go there for their tattoos and stuff. But it's a very bilingual experience, whereas the one in Ontario is less. It's a lot more English.
Okay then.
Hate is a four-letter word, Al. You can't hate. Hate is so strong. Do I want more whiskey? I don't want to have more blue, though, because I'm not sure if I'll have time to go and get more this week. But all my
Well,
open bottles are in the other room, so I'm just
you
gonna
have to help me out with this energetic thing.
That's an energetic pour.
I'm trying to get. I don't know why every single time it must be the glass.
Well, it's because you have a natural tendency to aim for where the glass starts to come back, and that's a lot of people. For a lot of people, that's a dram. I like to keep it a little lower because I like to have more than one dram in an evening. If I pour a dram like that, it's going to take me the whole damn night to get through it.
You like to have more than one dram. So 2 drams instead of 1 dram that's twice as big. That's more
Well, no,
fun.
like when I'm not streaming, so I'm not just having blue. Like I'll have like an Ardnamurken, and I might have a bit of an Aberlour
What?
Ardnamurken. Like I'll have a few different things, and I'll finish off with something heavily peated. But like I'm doing smaller drams because when I'm not like this, when I'm not
I get it. I
at the
get it.
camera, I don't drink nearly as fast as I downed this.
I get it. I get it. I do the.
I'm just
I do
explaining to you
similar
how it is,
things.
okay, Russell?
I get. I know. I didn't like. I'm sort of the same way with beer. Like I don't want to drink any strong beer because that means I can drink less beer
Yeah.
or different beers.
No.
I get it.
Homie Omi says, "Did you guys see my metric joke?" Excuse me while I go back for that. I cannot stay away from a good joke, especially if it's a dad joke, because then I can use it because I'm a dad. I'm scrolling back. Homie
Would your
Omi.
kids get a metric joke?
My kids, yeah, sure.
Well, assuming that the other half of the joke is non-metric.
But who the hell's non-metric at this point?
I don't know. There's only like 3 countries in the world.
Yeah. Oh, okay. But one of them is United States, and the other's like whatever. The other two are.
It's just a matter of time.
Dictatorships. Yeah. Just a matter. Well, NASA's already metric.
Yeah.
It's funny when I was doing a science not live stream. When I used to have a science podcast, I think I told you guys. I think I told you guys because I tell you all about myself. And we did one on the metric system, and in fact, the way the imperial system is measured now is actually based on the metric system. So it's like the imperial system used in the United States and like nowhere else practically is like this window dressing on metric at this point. I'm looking for your joke and I missed it and I feel terrible. It's probably one of those times when it's like I just got to get to the bottom of the side chat.
It's funny. What's funny is I've had conversations with people in the U.S. and I say, oh, okay, you guys are in the imperial system, we're on the metric, and they're like, what's imperial? We're on standard system. Like, I guess that would be standard to you, wouldn't it?
Yeah. One of 3 countries and they call it a standard. It makes stop. We're just gonna move on.
We're the U.S. This is the standard. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay. I said feet on the grill. I said a Canadian who doesn't like feet. Ha 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 ha. Oh, it's cold down here in this basement. I should be wearing a sweater. Oh my snap! It's 11:26.
Early. Yeah.
Jesus. Jesus El Savior. All right, so I'll have one more wee dram, and then I'm gonna call it a night. Because I'm tired today, dude, because of you. Had nothing to do with me doing my taxes until 2 in the morning.
It was actually pretty funny. We're talking cabin design, and you're like, oh,
I hate my life.
Is this can I rate this off? Can I rate off these penis enlargement supplements?
No, I couldn't, by the way. Yeah.
I can make a case for it.
I'm getting... I see, we're at the part of the night where everything goes to hell, right? Yeah, I'm going to have to buy another bottle of that. Look at that. Darth Vader. Excuse me, he's asking if there's any cheese. Yeah, it's upstairs. I'm not
Yeah,
because
there's
I
no
gotta.
cheese in Jess's house. None. Cheese? What's cheese?
Nobody knows what cheese is.
Is that the thing you have to go?
Yeah, no, that's butter. That's never gonna get tired, is it? That's
Nope.
butter. I'm gonna see Amanda about her,
I
so
will
I'll be right back.
I'll make that mistake all day long. Oh, we're gonna talk about making cheese. It feels awkward when Jess leaves. I don't know what to say on his channel, man. Except look at this energetic pour. I don't. The blue. Al, are you still around? You have your own Vader. Yeah, Lord Vader. Let's take a look at knives. God, I love knives. And I can't. This must be one of those things. It must be like fire, like just ingrained in us through, evolution. Like certain things so important, so very important that we're born with the instinct to love this stuff. Knives, fire, shelter, sex, from the beginning of time, this is what we've done. Bacon, cheese, scotch, whiskey. I wonder I wonder who the first person was who said, yeah, let's I was gonna say distill, but they wouldn't have used the word distill back then. Let's take this fermented fruit and boil it a little bit and see what comes out of something. Wow, that's pretty good. The first ape man way back then is sitting there going, damn, look at the tears on that. Oh, I could actually drink this. Okay, just sit back. Okay. We gotta be normal again. Your mic is off, but
So bring that back for a sec because there's something that in that picture that I was surprised when I got mine. Look at the color of that sheath. And look at the...
Oh yeah. It's nowhere even close to but wait, you can order different kinds of sheaths, right?
different kinds, but can you order like do you think that's no, it's the same?
No, it's a different there's no I mean how do you know what sheath you're getting? It looks like different colors.
Total crapshoot.
Why it shouldn't be a crapshoot. I mean, mind you, I love this color way more than that.
So do I. But I was surprised when it came in this color because because that was the color on the. Hey, you remember? I just remember when I first ordered this. It took them so long to get it out the door that I canceled it and ordered from Bushcraft Canada.
Oh, yeah.
I sent them notes. I was like, listen, where is it? And they're like, whatever. And I finally said, listen, we're in the Amazon age. The fact that this has taken this long is unacceptable. Please cancel my order. And they said, it's on the loading dock. And I said, cancel the order. And then I ordered it from, I don't know, not Amazon. I think it was Bushcraft Canada, and they got it out the door pretty fast. But yeah, such a nice knife.
Yeah, I like it.
Hold on a second here. I just want to say, to me, when you say imperial, it sounds like it is part of the monarchy. Well, they are traditionally English measurements, so yeah, that's where it comes from. the British Empire. Play the Buttman as soon as Jess comes back, but you wouldn't get any sound though because we're not using a really good streaming.
Oh, it would actually work. It's a media file.
Oh, because you have it on your computer.
Yeah.
Do you want to do that for the 11:30 special feature 2 minutes ago?
Yeah. We could totally do that if I can find it. What's weird is if I search for Buttman on my computer, it's not called Buttman. It's called something else. It's called.
Homie says while you're looking for it, if you like a small Bark River, they have a new model you can pre-order. What's it called? Bark River tends to be a little above my pay grade, but such a nice. Like they make some really cool Bar River, Jesse. Come on. Like they make the gunny. They make some really like what's make some designs that have become seminal.
There's that word.
Pre-orders.
Yes, there we go. Oh, it's in the Christmas folder. What a weird place to put that.
That is a weird place to put that. Wow, the Bark River site is nowhere near as nice as their knives.
Nope.
Like this is terrible. This is terrible. Oh, I guess it's because they don't sell straight from there. Yeah, but come on, man. This is terrible. So I'll just go to the Bushcraft Canada site. No, but I can't pre-order from. I'm not going to pre-order, but I.
Okay.
I love this video.
Hi, stranger. It's been a while. I've missed you.
Hi, Charles and Annie.
It's okay. You can look at my butt. I feel like I can really be vulnerable around you.
Oh, god
Do you like
damn.
this tree I made?
I love Buttman.
Cool, right? Oh, that was cool.
That's cool.
It's so hard to make things sometimes, you know? It just takes so much mental energy.
I love how Charles and
I'm
Annie
so
showed up just in time
tired.
for Buttman. It's like a
I
love
just
one
want
of the
to
live
sit
stream
here
guys.
and relax with you. Wow. Check out the sunset. It's so nice to stop and take all this in. It really makes you enjoy being alive. Even you. I love looking at you. I want to remember all your shapes.
The favorite part right here. This animation is so good.
It is.
Beautiful. I've been thinking about you a lot lately. I see you trying to do so many things at once. Worrying about a decision you made, or worried that you said the wrong thing to someone. You're so hard on yourself. But you're wonderful. And worthy of being loved. You really are. You just have to let yourself believe it. Well, I know you're really busy and you probably have to go. But I'm glad I got to see you for a minute. I love you.
Oh.
Like if that was actually done with clay instead of like some really crazy CGI, then that must have taken days.
Oh yeah, of course. It's like stop motion, but
Like the eyes, like the eye. Oh. Days.
I bet that the eyes were added in post. But either way, I mean, that would take some time.
Yeah. Oh, so you think it was like a mix of stop motion and post?
I don't think so. It'd be easier to do the eyes in post.
Yeah, maybe.
But what an adorable friend to have. Like
Yeah.
I if I was working a shit job like every day and I came home and thinking, I hate life, I would watch that every single day I came home.
Yeah.
And just embrace what he's saying. It's just
Yeah. It's funny.
there should be. I wish they made a whole series of Buttman videos, like kind of like anybody who tuned into mukbang because they want a dinner partner, right?
Yeah.
Like Buttman should be like I'm coming home from work and I need to just like distress. So here's Buttman.
Fair enough. Yeah, it does have a sort of a, like, if we're not going to be brats about it, it does have, there's a calming element to that video that is quite nice. Yeah, for sure.
As I keep saying, you got to embrace Buttman. You got to embrace it. Figuratively,
figuratively, of course.
And then literally.
Why don't we go till like 11:45 and then shut her down so that I can not
All right.
suck at work tomorrow?
Well, that's fair because I got a bottle down. Shit.
You don't have to bottle it down. If you bottle that down, you will wake up hating yourself in the morning. Purely over the financial hit.
I'll tell you what, Jess, I'm sorry to say this, but if I wake up hating myself, I just go back to sleep.
I was sure you're going to work in some element of me in there. If you woke up hating yourself, you just call yourself Jesse or some damn thing. Something ridiculous.
No, I figured just letting the world know that I can go back to sleep and you can't is good enough.
It's okay. But at least I can say, Russell, that if I died tomorrow morning, I would know that I was a deeply unhappy person. We're just kidding here, people. We're just being silly.
I know Jess is just kidding. He loves his wife and his kids, and he's a happy family guy.
Yeah.
It's just a small part of Jess that wishes that he could get out into the bush more often. And
small part. Imagine if you entered a restroom and opened the stall door. Man, I'm not going to talk about this online. Never mind. But yeah.
I tell you what. This couch back here is actually wonderful for taking naps.
Yeah.
And what are you doing?
I was about to drink, and then you were talking, so I was like, waiting.
I slept for 2.5 hours on this couch. I woke up like a different person. It was awesome.
Great. I'm happy for you.
Of course, I didn't take any video this afternoon, but
I gotta edit I gotta finish the edit of my whiskey video for this Friday.
Oh, you gonna do another live stream?
I don't know. I don't know if I have time. I don't know. Like, I don't really know what, like, that was.
I don't know if you have time.
Yeah. Oh, I just don't know.
Well, yeah, I will say this: if you're live streaming your video edits, you gotta talk less about the technique of video editing and just kind of.
Yeah, but I thought for the first one it would be cool to lay sort of the groundwork. I used to watch a guy. What the hell was his name? He was in Edinburgh. What the hell was his name? Who cares? Doesn't matter. Now I think he calls himself
Scott,
dealing with life or
Jack,
living something.
Fred.
The hell is his name?
Stella.
Anyway,
Jordan.
he used to live stream while he did his leather work and like pay no attention to the people working practically. Like, he would do his work and then look up every now and again and say, hey there, how's it going? And then just go back to his work. And to me, it sort of takes a certain amount of balls to just do that instead of like interacting with the people watching. And I kind of feel that if I was just editing and people were watching me edit and not interacting in some way, then
Well, no. Okay, so there's a difference between I'm going to teach you how to edit in what is it? What are you using? It doesn't matter
I
in
use
this
Final Cut
program,
Pro.
and it's more about I'm going to do this with my video. I'm going to slow this down. I'm going to enhance this. I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
Because people aren't there to learn about your Final Cut Pro. People are learning just there to see how you put the clips together.
Yeah. Yeah. The next video will be more involved. You're gonna have more clips to do. Yeah.
Or that. Okay.
I mean, that one was. I may do nothing more
fella.
to that one actually because it's just that video. That whiskey is not worth me putting. Well, except my viewers are. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out
Sure.
at some point.
It'll evolve.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. I am really tired. Okay, it's 11:43. 2 more minutes. Say something hilarious.
A man called up 911
Okay.
and said, "Hey, I'm hunting, and there was an accident. I shot my brother or my buddy Bill."
Okay.
And the 911 operator said, "Okay, just calm down. Let's first just make sure that he's dead." And you hear a boom, and then he says, "Okay, now what?"
Okay. Yikes.
I think I missed out part of the joke, but anyway,
Did you?
it's mostly there. Well, I should have said, I shot my brother, my buddy Bill, and I think he's dead." Then the operator says, "Okay, let's make sure he's dead."
Okay, I see.
Which is
Say it
funny because
now.
I was watching like a true crime video channel, which is mostly about interviewing suspects, and they talk a lot about like the interviewer style, like they're detective style, and how they
Okay.
interview the suspect and their mannerisms, how they act towards the person, how they get them on certain topics, and there's it's like really brilliant level of like we're trying to get this person to confess, right?
Right. There's a psychology there and everything.
Oh yeah, huge amount of psychology. And God, I forget why I was talking about that.
Me too.
Why did I bring that up?
It was apropos of something, but I don't remember what.
It was. I can't think of what it was. Damn it. Good thing we're closing this down.
Now, in fact. Okay. I've repackaged my stupid stove that I regret massively. So that was our episode about outdoorsy stuff that you may regret, and then it sort of devolved into Jesse and Russell having whiskey and talk and shift. So thanks to the 15 of you who are still here. I hope to see you guys next week. Between now and next week, you know what I'm going to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. Please stay safe, stay sane, stay healthy, and be kind to one another.
And pea soup.